Group of companies, Pro Sport, in conjunction with the Victorian Football League, presents Pro Football.
Hello and welcome once again to Pro Football. This week our VFL action concentrates on the game between Richmond and North Melbourne. The Tigers looking for their first win of the season, North Melbourne looking to win again and start clamouring back into Final Five calculations. Let's now go to our commentators for the game between the Tigers and the Kangaroos, and in the commentary position, Jack Edwards and former forward Peter McKenna.
From VFL Park in Melbourne, the game between North Melbourne and Richmond. In actual fact, it's a Richmond-North Melbourne game. Umpire Howlett officiating today with umpire Carey, and we're in for a good game of football. The whistle sounds first up, and North Melbourne will go into attack. They're kicking now toward the right of screen, and it's a big kick off the boot of McDonald.
Up towards half forward, up they go. It's punched away there by Zakaski. It's a hurried kick as it comes to further afield towards the forward pocket. That was by Atkins. It's grabbed by little Marcus Siri, breaks away, kicks long, and offline, said the umpire. Didn't take him long, Jack, to get it down there.
No, it didn't take long. It didn't take Siri very long either to continue the good form from last week, Peter. Well, we saw him playing last week against Collingwood from the full back position. It's with Burton of Richmond in the back pocket. Burton up toward the members' wing with Law coming out to do the sporting. Did it well too. It's been tapped toward the boundary line. German giving chase for North Melbourne. It's near the line and it can't be picked up by Law. We'll see a boundary throw-in taking place.
Well, there's John Law on screen, number 13, who played an outstanding game against Collingwood last week. In fact, he put two of the Collingwood boys out of business with hip and shoulder bumps. I refer to Burgess and Mark Williams, the captain. There's Trevor Poole receiving a lovely hit out, up high towards the centre of the ground, over the back. Here's a chance for the young player in Craig Smith for Richmond as he brings it down to Michael Roach. Roach, all copped it in the back. Play on, said the umpire, as Ackley brings it away out wide. Is that Phil Cracker or Jimmy? It's, in fact, let's see, I think it was Phil Cracker on the right foot. As it gets a free kick further afield going to Darren Steele.
Yes,
what did I pick up? Is that Jimmy? It was Jimmy Cracker actually who kicked that, not Phil, as we go towards half forward. And it's in the back, said the umpire, going North Melbourne's way to the skipper, Wayne Schimmelbusch.
Schimmelbusch on the half forward flank, looking in toward the full forward zone now. It's a short pass, chopped off. Good interception by Peart. He got pushed in the back and he will take the free kick, and the Richmond fans applaud the decision of the umpire.
Neil Peart's had a very good year after coming back from Footscray. I'll say he did. Rollings towards half-back flank. The mark was dropped out there by Notting. Phil Cracker was there. In goes Eustace, who's playing on him today. Atkins, a good tackle. Young Paul Spargo dives on top of it. A hand pass comes out wide and it's kicked long right down towards the centre half forward area. It's a good mark to Ackley. A very good mark at centre half back.
You get a 15-metre start.
Get another one.
And another 15. Brings him right past the centre of the ground now. You can see the bounce ring there. He's gone for a hand pass, which I thought a kick would have been best. Eustace moves into toward the full forward zone, or the half forward zone, and McCann has taken this mark against Peart. Now McCann should kick this goal. He's only about 35 metres out from goal, and might be 40.
Yes, and Siri kicked that down beautifully there too, McCann, Jack. He's already in the game with two quick kicks. McCann, they need him taking marks on that forward line. He's at centre half forward. He's normally a very good kick. It holds up slightly, and it is just offline and through for 1 point.
Seemed to get a lot of height into that kick, Peter. Didn't get enough penetration into the kick, and the wind picked it up and just drifted away from the goals. So McCormack from full back, there's a chance for a mark and has been accepted too. It's Peart again in the action for Richmond. Neil Peart looking for somewhere to go. Looking for a hand pass, I thought, but has elected to kick up toward the centre of the ground. Going back was Law, but Passmore came out for North Melbourne. Got a knock on the head too from his own teammate.
Good talk, Jack, by John Law there. And
Passmore down toward half forward. McCann again, can't take it. Tried to tap it further afield. Steele was there, couldn't pick it up. It's on the turf for Atkins. Atkins of North Melbourne shot it out once again. Cracker shoots it in.
Yes, here's Darren Steele. A lovely pass by Cracker. That was Phil Cracker with the hand pass. Here's a chance for Schimmelbusch. Gets it back. Jimmy Cracker. Oh, gee, nearly got collected. In they go after it. About 25 metres out from the North Melbourne goal, and umpire David Howlett will come in and bounce it. The two umpires, as Jack said, David Howlett and Peter Carey, as we see the ruck duels. Harris gets it down to the ground. Who's there? It's grabbed there by Notting. He gets it out wide where Phil Cracker, a nice mark. He normally never wastes the ball. Let's see this one. It's a short pass. He finds the captain, Wayne Schimmelbusch, within scoring distance of goal on a very acute angle. I suppose about 30 to 35 metres out from goal.
Little scoreboard behind Schimmelbusch showing North Melbourne 2 points. Richmond yet to score. Only about 30 metres out, not much more. The angle's tight though. I think he might have missed this. He's come right across the face of goal. Harris went for the mark, but it's on his hands over the boundary line. Wasn't a good kick, was it?
I was just about to say it was a shocker from Wayne Schimmelbusch. He is not a good... He's a much better kick for goal on the run, Shimmer. He's got a bad record in standing shots, as we see Burton a hurry kick away from defence. But Roy Ramsey, the ever he copped that across the head. Yes, he copped that very hard across the head, Roy, and I said ever reliable. And he is a real goer. Notting collected him as he came through there. He's looking for the short pass. Instead, he kicks it high. Now Harris sets himself over the back. Couldn't take the mark. Darren Steele strides after the ball. A hurried flying shot at the goals. And he's put it out of bounds on the full.
North Melbourne not doing well down there across that, or in the last attacking position. They're wasting a few opportunities. Barry Rowling's going straight up the ground. Found his teammate too. Was taken, and I thought he could have played on that occasion, Smith, but he decides to go back and take the kick now. He places it well. Finds Poole. Poole plays on for Richmond. Goes into the half-forward zone where Jess and Passmore do battle. Over the back comes Roach. No, it wasn't Roach. It was Pickering. And he's taken the mark. Now, he'll be too far out to score, Pete, I would think.
Yeah.
He's looking for a short to Roach, who's down in the goal square. Roach now deciding to lead away from Smith. He gets the lead into the forward pocket. A well-placed kick, and Roach takes the mark.
Beautiful football, Pickering.
Good.
Tremendous football. He wanted to. He was just waited. He didn't want to kick it until Roach led. Beautiful lead in front of Peter Smith, and Roach is in great form this year. The big number 8, and he's back there. A great kick for goal normally, and let's see if he can put his first one on the board, because North have been doing all the attacking. As we've seen, they're on 2 points, and maybe Richmond will go down for the first time and kick a goal.
Well, they should. Roach could kick this, Pete. Oh, he's missed to hit the post. Well, we've seen him do that a few times this year.
We saw him 3 in 1 week.
That's right. Now he started again today.
Well, that's amazing. He started. That never looked like being a goal, though. He started on the wrong line. It's 2 points plays 1 with North Melbourne in front. It's Donald McDonald. Beautiful pass from Ackley.
He's run a long way.
Yeah, McDonald onto the left foot. He goes wide looking for Phil Cracker, who was in sparkling form last week, particularly in the second half against Collingwood. Mark Eustace will have a big job tagging one of the fabulous Cracker brothers.
Yes, I don't envy him that job. On the centre wing outer side, as you see the boundary throw-in taking place, it's McDonald doing battle against Clark. It gets tapped down towards Poole. Poole rode the bump well. His little kick got a nudge in the back, I thought. The umpire calls play on. Richmond tried to get into attack, but it's been turned out there.
Ackley.
Yeah, I was going to say Ackley. I was thinking of Ramsey because both of those players are bearded, and they've both got a naught in their number. I was a little bit concerned there for a minute. It was Ackley.
Well, the umpire lost his boot behind the play there. He's got to come in and bounce it, and the players have to wait for the umpire who lost his boot. But Ackley, gee, there he is there, umpire Carey. But Ackley, he's been worth every cent they paid for him, Jack. He's been a terrific player this year for North.
Yes, he's been a good player, as is Roy Ramsey, a good player for North, but I only hope that they play in different parts of the ground, because they are a little bit confusing in their looks. Now, on the half-forward flank for Richmond, the ball about to be put down. 8 minutes have gone the first term. Jess got a good tap down. That's just about a throw by Waitman. In the back will be paid to Walsh, and he will take the free kick. Plays on quickly, puts it out to the half-forward zone and finds Anea. At Vehicle Park, walks around the opposition, got around that time, and Roach again takes the mark. They're looking for him and finding him.
Well, that's beautiful full forward play by Michael Roach. Instead of just hovering around the goal square, he's giving them a moving target. He's led twice in front of Peter Smith, and I honestly think his height will be a big problem for Smith, who's not a tall player. He missed the first one. I doubt very much he'll miss this one, Jack.
It's about putting money on this one.
Yeah, he's a great kick normally as he comes in. He stabs at that one, and oh gee, the goal umpire hardly moved at all. There's the first goal of the game, scored by Michael Roach. Richmond lead 1-7 to North Melbourne 2 points.
Yes, the problem that Smith may have with Roach will be later on in the day, Peter, as Smith gets tired, as all players get tired. The height of Roach could worry Smith. We'll see how he goes, though. He's only a young player learning the job. He may have to play a little bit further away and come in on him rather than play him too close.
I think I think the only way, Jack, is to get in front, smaller player, and attack
you'll be
the ball.
outmarked from the back if you do that. You've got to come in from the side and spoil. At the bounce now, Clark of Richmond getting the tap down. It's taken by Cracker, who got flattened. Play continues. Richmond about to go forward. There's Cracker on the turf. Looks like oh no, he's all right. He woke up then. The ball on the turf, on the half-forward flank for Richmond. Roberts picks up, he's looking for Roach. Smith coming from the back, in comes Passmore. The ball hits the turf. There's a chance now for Richmond. It's been picked up by Notting, but not a good shot.
Jimmy Cracker's still down, Jack.
Yes, Jimmy Cracker still down in the middle of VFL Park. He took a very heavy knock. He looked very groggy when we got the first camera shot. In fact, the training staff are saying he has to come off the ground. He may have received concussion. But Richmond moved their score now to 1-8 points. North Melbourne 2 points, and play transferred down to Schimmelbusch on centre wing as Cracker leaves the ground at VFL Park. Game not being held up.
I think he's done a leg.
I just think he's been knocked out.
Well, I thought that was the same as you, but he seems to be carrying certainly hobbling, and well, coming away with the football for Richmond is Kasky. He gets it out wide to Poole. The Tigers looking all right now as Poole brings it towards half forward. Up they go. Over the back of the pack is Ackley playing well. He goes wide and he finds little Marcus Siri, and that'll be 15 metres against Poole. It's got to be. Yes, the umpire Howlett bring it back. Cracker didn't look too good. That'll be a shocking loss if they lose him, as we see Marcus Siri. The lead has been made by Harris. He's being ignored. Phil Cracker. Oh, he waited. Now he's got it. The little fella picks, beautiful hand pass out to McCann. McCann straightens up and fires at the goals. A high ball, it floats. It's a goal. Great play by Cracker.
Yes, Phil Cracker kicking a good goal, getting that ball to McCann. I see Piatt in the hands of the training staff for Richmond. It appears as though he's done some damage to his wrist, does it, or elbow on the boundary line there. He's to be replaced now. But good play there by Phil Cracker to get that ball to McCann. So both teams now suffering losses, the star players. Neil Piatt being replaced for Richmond, and of course Jimmy Cracker's been taken from the field for North Melbourne.
I don't like the look of Piatt's injury. Just the way he's holding that arm, Jack, I'd say quite possibly he could have a broken arm, and let's hope not for Neil, because he's been a terrific player for Richmond since coming back from Footscray this year. He's earned votes in a couple of games, and yeah, I don't like the look of it. And Jimmy Cracker, he didn't look too good either.
No, he had rubber legs. I think he's been knocked right out.
That might be it.
1-2 is each score here at VFL Park, and we see Egan trying to get it away to Burt, and the umpire said a free kick will go the way of North Melbourne. So both teams losing star players in the first term, and German putting the ball down toward the half-forward zone. Schimmelbusch under it, got pushed in the back. The umpire didn't think so. Taken by Anea. Anea's looking for Roach. It's a long kick, but will it reach Roach? He's coming out. It's a chance for Ackley. He hooked it in. That was good defensive play. He gives it out now. Good defence from North Melbourne there as the ball is cleared away by Smith up toward the half-forward zone where Notting got himself into trouble. Here's a chance for Richmond to get further afield through Eustace. He can't do. Notting goes back in again. He's lost it. A free kick against Cracker.
Turner.
Yes, that was right.
I thought he got rid of the ball. It could have been holding the ball there as Notting comes away with it from half back up towards Ramsey. Wide. Poole off the ground. Good football. Out comes Michael Passmore. Good play by the young centre back as he attacked the ball. And North Melbourne come away through Ramsey. Gee, they're going to be a problem. Ramsey and Ackley down there for the commentators. We see, getting it out there is Waitman. It's grabbed by Poole. Poole kicks it high towards the pocket. Setting himself is Ramsey. It's grabbed by Jimmy Jess. He handballs wide. Straight there to Ross Smith. Smith still in play. It's on that half-back flank for North Melbourne. Half-forward for Richmond. Waitman comes in. and it will be a bounce. Scoreboard, 1 goal, 2 apiece, and we've been playing 13.5 minutes of the first quarter.
I noticed that Jonas is on for North Melbourne. Couldn't quite see who went off, but the free kick will go the way of Donald McDonald.
Must have been shepherded out and held by the arm, I think, because he got into the back of Jess, but I think Jess was shepherding Jack.
McDonald's kick spoiled. Man on the mark making contact. So Asiri got a hand pass out. It's been taken once again as that German got the ball moving up. He got it up to the wing position. This is slogging football here as Burton clears it, but there's a free kick going Richmond's way, the umpire says. Didn't quite see that. The umpire picked it up quickly, though. I was watching the ball go off the boot.
Down the field, I think he paid to Pickering.
He wouldn't kick it from there. I think Roach will be the target.
Well, he's not a long kick, Michael Pickering.
Well, the short lead into the pocket. Now Waitman hand passes back to Pickering. Pickering has a snapshot toward goal, and he's found a teammate. It wasn't a pass, but it'll have to go as a pass now. We call it a good pass now. He's found him, Pete.
Well, it was a great performance by Pickering because 2 North Melbourne players came at him at 100 mile an hour, and I'll tell you what, I thought he was going to get collected, but he got the kick in. Look, there's no doubt about Roach. He's always in front, and that's why he's a grateful forward. As he comes in for his second goal, he stabs, and I think he's kicked it. He has, said the goal umpire. Richmond lead 2-2-14 for North Melbourne, 1 goal, 2-8.
Well, the time clock's only 15 minutes into the first term, and both teams have suffered bad losses through injury, or we assume that they're bad. They didn't look too good. But Roach with 2 goals to his credit after good play by Pickering.
Problems down there, I reckon, Jack.
For North Melbourne at full back position.
I reckon Smith will have to play him a lot closer, or else there'll be a bigger bloke going down there.
Well, they haven't got many bigger blokes with any experience in defending, I would think. At the centre bounce now. McDonald got the tap down. Bounces freely, taken by Waitman. Waitman looks for a hand pass, which was spoiled by Jonas. It's on the turf, picked up again by Waitman. Waitman out of trouble. His hand pass is good. Roberts gets it out again. Another funny little hand pass by Pickering, taken by Roberts. Roberts swings round in the centre, looks downfield toward Roach, and he's got it. He's got it.
I tell you what, I'd said at the start of the game, Peter Smith must play in front of Roach. 3 or 4 times he's been caught behind, and Roach, you cannot play a top full forward from behind, and Roach is out in front, and a very, very good mark. Good play by Michael Roberts after great play further afield by Waitman and Pickering. But here's Michael Roach. This could be his third, could be his day too, as he stabs at that one. Oh, don't tell me he's missed. Yes, he has. Not a good kick by Michael Roach. He won't be happy with that, because 3 goals at this stage would have been a tremendous boost to his confidence. But there's the score, 2-3-15 Richmond, North Melbourne 1 goal, 2-8.
Roach has kicked 2-2 of the Richmond total. The ball toward the boundary line. I think Law might make it go out. No, it's kicked off the ground. It was landed just inside the boundary line. Roberts said, why didn't you hand pass it? And we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place in Richmond's forward pocket.
Richmond have started particularly well in a couple of games this year, Jack. We haven't been at their games in the last couple of weeks, but they've been on the scoreboard, they've been up with the opposition, so maybe this is another great start. North have been slow beginners.
Well, German tried to get it through the pack. Michael Roberts, you see, trying to get it out. So was Walsh. Law will take it over the boundary line, and as Pickering thought of doing some tackling, you see the boundary umpire about to bring it in. We've been playing over 17 minutes of the first quarter at VFL Park, the game between Richmond and North Melbourne, and Richmond on 15 points lead North Melbourne 7.
Jess down to Waitman. Waitman's caught. David Dwyer. Oh, gee, pop one high. Play on, said the umpire, as wide it comes. Gee, Richmond are going in after that football. They're unsettling North Melbourne at the moment. They've lost Jimmy Cracker, but then again, Richmond have lost Neil Peart. But I think North will miss Jimmy Cracker tremendously if he's off for the rest of the game with that bite around the packs. There's German going in after it and tackling hard against Pickering, and the bounce will take place by umpire Howlett on Richmond's half-forward flank. 2-3-15 to 1-2-8, Richmond in front.
The way I saw Cracker leave the field, I didn't think he'd be back today. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. Jess got the tap down. Looks like Arsiri got pushed in the back, and the umpire said the ball held to him. We're going to see a bounce taking place, still on Richmond's half-forward flank position. Fairly big pack around that ball, so need a big thump away from the pack to clear it, give either side a chance to break away. Ball not rising very high. They've had 2 inches of rain here at VFL Park, so the ground's a bit dead. That was Dwyer breaking away up towards Steele. Burton there for Richmond. His hand pass intercepted by Jimmy Cracker. He's in trouble. His hand pass comes back. The kick from Jonas goes very high. Underneath the ball is Harris of North Melbourne. Thumped away, though, by McCormack. It's a chance now for Richmond to do the defending. Kicked out of the pack. Found a teammate too. A lucky day. And now we see Poole of Richmond going forward, looking for Roach. Can't find him. But a good interception there by Pickering. About to play on. I thought he was off, but the umpire's giving him the benefit. He's going back to take the shot.
Oh, gee, they're going to create big problems for North Melbourne today. You can see it already. Pickering, the way he floats around the forward line, I think that's a good description. He floats around. He's not quick.
He darts in and out.
He does. He just covers so much territory. And Michael Roach, of course, a great player. There's Michael Pickering with a long, driving drop punt. And he slams it through, and Richmond are playing well. 3-3-21. The Tigers lead North Melbourne 1 goal 2-8.
Yes, I think Peter summed it up. Richmond are playing well. They're getting a couple of breaks too. Those little kicks coming away from packs, finding teammates, and then when Poole got the ball down ground looking for Roach and Pickering chipped in to take the mark, it was a good piece of football by Pickering. Now Pickering is a damaging player around the half-forward line, but he's all round the forward line really. As we said before, he darts in and out of the play. So back at the centre bounce, 21 playing 8. The ball up with McDonald, hooks it back overhead, taken away by Anea. All those little breaks going Richmond's way at present. Ramsey gets it out now, and the ball's driven up by Smith, Ross Smith of North Melbourne. The mark taken by Big McCann.
I need him to really fire, Jack.
North do need him to fire too, as Peter McKenna said. Harris a chance to take a mark, can't hold it. It's on the turf. It comes to ground. And once Sikorsky tried to get it out, Arceri bursts through the pack, gets it up high. There's no one home for North Melbourne, and a mark taken by Rawlings. Now, Rawlings must be nearly one of the oldest players in the league, isn't he?
Yes, he's 36, Jack.
Well, Barry Rawlings looking about 16. Breaks away and drives out toward the half-forward flank for North Melbourne. The ball tapped down. Another chance for Richmond as Smith gets it.
Yes, Craig Smith towards centre wing. Up they go. Jimmy, yes, has it thumped away by
Well
Pastor.
done.
Oh, good play, Ackley, but he handballs straight towards his opponent there. Number 42, the big fella there in Clark for Richmond. It's taken away by Ramsey. Ramsey towards half-forward. Oh, Spargo nearly copped it. But a courageous mark by Paul Spargo. His dad, of course, was a great player for the Footscray Football Club, Bobby Spargo. A beautiful long kick, a great kick to Harris. Couldn't take the mark. Here's a chance for a flying kick by Jonas. And I think he's kicked it. He has. A timely goal to Peter Jonas.
Yes, North Melbourne needed a goal by anybody, Pete, at this stage of the game, and Jonas was the one to do it. So Peter Jonas kicking his first goal for North Melbourne. That goal coming up just after the 21-minute mark of the first term. 3-3 Richmond, 2-2 North Melbourne.
And full marks to Paul Spargo there. That was a 60-metre drop punt which set up that goal because two big blokes flew for it. It came to the ground. Jonas scouted and put it through. But that was him on screen there, Paul Spargo. And beautiful long kick. There's Michael Roberts taken away there by Donald McDonald. Grabbed by Chris Burton. He's caught. That could be holding the ball. It is. And here come North. Peter Jonas. Will it go back? Yes, it will. Oh, that's bad luck because Spargo was clear. But Jonas is not the man to take it. It's Donald McDonald.
I'm going to watch Harris. He's got the hands of the ball a few times. Now, that kick won't reach him. It's dropping in front toward Rawlings. Harris giving chase. Kicking off the ground was Morgan. It could have been a free kick, I was going to say, to McCormack. And McCormack has the ball for Richmond in the back pocket. He's coming in toward the centre of the ground. Players set themselves and the ball drops into the hands of Peter German. Peter German can see a couple of short leads, but I think he's going to concentrate on Harris. Now he's gone toward McCann. Should hold that. No, he didn't. Umpire calls play on, as he should. Kicked off the ground by Roberts. A chance for Eustace. Picks up nicely. Got met by McDonald, but too late. The ball up on the half-forward zone. Taken by Passmore. Hand pass comes out to Ramsey. A long hand pass by Ramsey. Comes out well. There's a chance now for North to get it moving through Steele. Up towards McCann. It travels. A good interception on this occasion by Schimmelbusch, was it, coming through?
Great play by Anea. Schimmelbusch, I thought he'd get away. Oh, still going, Schimmer, and he's tripped. Well, there's the sign of a champion. There's the sign of a champion because he was dispossessed by Anea, but he kept going, and that was the name of the game as he got the free kick. Oh, that could have been a free kick to North. Here's a chance, McCann to Arceri. Arceri on the left foot fires, and I think he's missed. He has. He's put it through for 1 point.
Good snapshot by Arceri. I thought McCann may have had the shot, but he gave it out to Arceri because he had his back to goals, which I suppose was good thinking. 21 playing 15. Richmond leading, the ball with Burton. Burton can look down toward the flank, and he's come back in toward the centre. He's changed direction there, but it favours Roberts now. The ball hand passed over by Roberts to Poole. Poole in trouble. His hand pass comes to Walsh, interception, but the ball gets tapped down to Ania. Roach is leading. The pass is good, a bit wide though. A little bit too wide for Roach, but he's got too much pace down there. Roach with his pace gets away from Smith. He breaks away on the boundary line. The hand passes toward the goal square. It's a chance for Pickering. It's a goal. A goal kicked by Michael Pickering. North had a few chances to take the ball away, but they couldn't do so, and Pickering kicks his second goal. Richmond 4-3, North Melbourne 2-3 on Sevens, big lead.
Yes, and great play by Michael Roach there, Jack. He did show Peter Smith a clean pair of heels. There he is. He's about 6'4", and Smith about 6'1". So a big advantage in height there to Roach, but on that occasion he showed superior speed, and he's proving a handful. Pickering doing well too with 2 goals, 2 to Roach, and they've moved on to 4-3 to 2-3. But let's remember, North usually come home pretty well. There's Michael Roberts. Getting it out further afield. Here's a chance. We see Notting on the left foot down towards half forward, and that's nearly a mark to Pickering. A great attempt. Jess over the head to Waitman. Waitman to Michael Roberts. Roberts gets onto the left foot. He kicks it out wide. A chance for Richmond. No mark. Philip Walsh knocks it on. David Dwyer's got him. Gets in the hand pass though to Waitman. Waitman breaks the tackle. Oh, good play, Dale Waitman. He's still got it. Hand passes it to Egan. Egan slips. Onto the left foot goes Philip Egan. He straightens up and he fires a goal. Oh boy, he's kicked it. Yes, beautiful goal to Philip Egan.
Well, what a good goal. Well done by little Waitman. Philip Egan took advantage of Waitman's skills out there. Waitman found him with a hand pass, and it was a great goal for Richmond. Richmond looking a very different side to the one we saw the other week, Peter.
They don't look as slow. I think they look very slow that day. I think you'd agree, Jack. They've dropped a few players. They're trying a few youngsters out there today, but oh gee, they certainly do look a different side. I agree.
Sevens big league, VFL Park, Richmond 5-3, North Melbourne 2-3. Here's Waitman again. Waitman's opening the game up for his forwards. A chance for Pickering. Pickering's going to shoot at goal. He's off target. Roach is there. He's got it. He's got it. Roach will be disadvantaged by the angle, but don't let it fool you. He'll play on. He'll get around. He'll open him up.
Pickering and Roach are killing him down on the forward line.
Waitman's doing a pretty good job.
Waitman's playing a great game today. Dale Waitman, the little rover. He'll probably run round, as Jack said. Yes, he gives himself a bit of room and he stabs. And what's he done? I think he's missed. He hit the post. Not another poster. That's 5 we've seen this year from Michael Roach.
Well, 2 today, 3 the other week we saw him. So here's Smith, a fellow that have got a few problems. He's kicking it out now, looking for a teammate. Can't find one. German's hand pass was a throw. Could have been another one toward Dwyer. Dwyer dragged down, didn't have it. We'll have a free kick.
Great use of the body, Jack, by Dwyer.
David used the body well, knew he was about to be tackled, didn't make any attempt to pick the ball up at North in trouble in the first term at VFL Park. Jonas can't take the mark. Punched down by Passmore. There's a chance now for North Melbourne. The kick's by Schimmelbusch up toward the half-forward zone. It's been tapped out. Spargo, and now Steele's chance. There's T, chops it over to Arceri. He can't take it one-handed up top. His recovery's beautiful. And Mark Arceri pops it through for North Melbourne goal. So that was a nice piece of work by the little fellow. North Melbourne's goal to Mark Arceri. Richmond 5-4-34. North Melbourne 3-3-21. You're on Sevens big league.
Well, I marked that down, Jack. Have a look on World of Sport tomorrow on the Goal of the Day segment. Like the Egan's was a ripper too just a moment ago. But Arceri, he should have taken the mark as a matter of fact, but he recovered beautifully, dived on the ball, ducked back behind his opponent and snapped it through. And boy, did they need that one. 5-4 plays 3-3, and Richmond were running hot and they needed a steadier.
Well, Richmond is still playing well. Chance again to attack that's been turned out by Ross Smith. Ross gets it up to the half-forward zone, but Chikaski picks up, looking for a hand pass again. Now playing on very quickly. Peter Chikaski gets it around into the half-forward zone. Piece of work here. Atkins has a bit of pace, but he can't quite pick the ball up. It was knocked further forward by Craig Smith of Richmond, and it's out of bounds in Richmond's half-forward flank. Position halfway between the flank and pocket. So it's Richmond in attack. Within one kick of goal if they can break away from the pack. Donald McDonald hooks it out. Can't find it. Was that Smith? It was so. Got it up there, Ross Smith, and finds Jonas. Now, the strength of Jonas could lend a hand at North today. The 15-metre penalty brings him up toward the true wing position. And need McCann firing at centre-half forward. Talk of the devil. Can he take the mark? He can't. It's over the back of the pack for Schimmelbusch. And he is there for Richmond. Schimmelbusch loses it. Another chance for Near. He had the ball. The umpire calls play on. Chance for Burton. Burton picks up for Richmond. Comes through half-back. Goes in toward Law. Law's a chance to spoil. Can't do so. Roberts is there for Richmond. It's on the turf. The strength of John Law wins out. The kick not a good one. Comes up towards Schimmelbusch and Burton. Schimmelbusch and Burton on the wing position. Schimmelbusch, he staged that one. Picked up by Walsh. Given to Roberts. Roach is about to lead. Roberts, the left footer, can bring it back into ward Roach. It's a chance for Roach. He got pushed out of it. Could have been a free kick. Ramsey's there. Hooks it out. Atkins can't take it. And it's a bounce.
Oh, Jack, I think we're in for a ripper game today. You can see it happening. 16,000 people are here today at Waverley, which is a pretty ordinary crowd. And there's the siren to end a very entertaining first quarter here at Waverley. Richmond lead 5-4-34 to North Melbourne 3-3-21.
Sevens big league from VFL Park, the game between Richmond and North Melbourne. Richmond leading North Melbourne by 13 points as we start the second term. Richmond's great first term with Roach and Pickering being very dangerous. They kick 5-4 to North Melbourne's 3-3. And speaking of Pickering, here he is, and grabbing hold of his left wrist too. It is strapped though, isn't it, Peter? He's got a strapping on it.
He doesn't look too good, Michael Pick. Oh, geez, holding it too. Let's hope he's not hurt because he played a tremendous first quarter here. And Roach said rolling.
Oh, that hurt too. Kicked right in the face with the ball.
Well, he's still down too. We'll pick him up in a moment. You might pick him up, Jack, as we see Egan towards a near. Over the line it went, back to Egan. Over to Rawlings, and here they come again, the Tigers. Oh, Roach unattended again. And Peter Smith is not playing close enough at fullback.
He was unattended because Smith nearly got knocked out with that ball come off.
Oh, that was Smith, was it? Sorry.
He was wandering around in a daze, not too sure where the ball was. He was injured, so you must give him credit for
fair enough.
Getting up. But it was he who nearly got knocked out when he got that ball right in the face. And believe you me, they hurt.
Roach is in great form, Jack. He's kicked two, should have kicked a couple of others. There's the kick. Oh, he missed again. I think he's got it. He's just in for a goal. So Michael Roach is in great form today. He's kicked three, and Richmond moved further in front. 6 goals, 4-40 to North Melbourne, 3-3-21.
Yes, Smith got that ball right in the face, but he seems to have recovered now. Roach, Pickering too, seemed to hurt his left wrist. It is bandaged. Maybe it's the finger that's giving him some trouble there. But Roach in fine form, kicking 3-3 of Richmond's total of 6-4. At the centre bounce now. North Melbourne in trouble also, 19 points down. Ball tapped out. That was the bit. German tried to get the boot away. Law gets the left foot working up to the half-forward zone. No mark on that occasion. Tapped out by McCann. Dwyer tried to sucker off the ground. Good play by Chikaski. It's picked up now by Steele. He can't get a hand pass working. Richmond tackling very quickly today, Peter. Much quicker than when I saw them against Melbourne a few weeks ago.
Yes, we saw them put in a very ordinary performance against Melbourne. They look a much quicker side, as a matter of fact, but their good players are playing well, and that's important. Waitman and Roach have been outstanding, and Pickering, as we see. Waitman, speak of him, there he is on the bottom of the pack. All trying to kick it off the ground was McCann. Nearly kicked the Richmond player's head off there, but the umpire will come in and bounce it. But North Melbourne, they started poorly against Collingwood last week, but by heck, I'll have to do something quickly now because Richmond are looking good as we see young Simon Clark get it down to the ground. It is a free kick going Richmond's way, and this is the little rover Dale Waitman, who's in great form. He's had 7 hand passes so far in this game. Up towards half forward, Passmore. Oh, gee, they're doing it too easily, Richmond. There's Egan kicking long. Roach has got the set from behind. Peter Smith, good use of the body. Great play, Ackley. Ackley on the left foot out wide, looking for Roy Ramsey. Ramsey runs to the ball. Off his chest it went, and over the line on half-back flank for North Melbourne.
North Melbourne, a lot of pressure being applied to their defence too. Half-forward flank for Richmond. Members side of the ground just doing the ruck work. Didn't get the tap, though. Good tap by Harris, taken by Dwyer, coming down toward McCann. It could bounce badly. No, it bounced straight at him. McCann a bit slow to get the hand pass working to German, but it did eventuate. Up towards Jimmy Cracker. He can't take the mark. He should have. Oh, they tried to get him, but they've missed. Yes, a free kick going to Jimmy Cracker. Phil Cracker, I'm sorry. Jimmy's off the ground. Phil Cracker with the ball. Jimmy Cracker got injured in the first quarter. Pass going across the ground to find Harris. Harris will be looking for somewhere to go. He's gone very wide. It doesn't favour anyone at this stage of the game. Coming to it now is McDonald. Hand pass to Atkins. A chance for North. Hand pass in again. With another chance for North Melbourne. The shot on by Law, which is most unusual. And the umpire said only one behind.
That's why he's on the back line, Jack. And he'll be back to the back line after. That was a shocking kick because he had an open goal. Plenty of space, and he blasted away and he missed it. 40 plays 22, Richmond in front. There's Trevor Poole, took the mark over to Johnny Annear, the ex-Magpie, who's been in good touch this year. Up to half-forward, Ackley's been nearly North Melbourne's best player as he brings it towards the half-forward flank. And it is, was it on the full over the line? I don't think so. I think it'll be a throw-in on half-forward flank for North, but they'll have to get their act together. They're not playing well at the moment.
No, they're trailing by 18 points to Richmond. That's 3 goals, and McCann will do the ruck work here against Hogg. Ball on the turf. Notting couldn't do much with it. It's picked up. Atkins got tripped. The umpire said play on. Steele's kick comes in toward the full forward zone, and good defensive work by McCormack. His hand pass, not a good one. He might get away with it though. It's been picked up out there. Was that Love giving it out to Cracker? Cracker breaks away. It's Phil Cracker. He's going to have a shot. No, he's found a teammate, and he's found Jonas. He threaded that pass between 2 Richmond defenders and found Jonas. I didn't think there was any daylight there.
He didn't want to kick it himself. He went about 5 different directions then, and eventually he found his man as he normally does. But they need this one badly. As we see, Peter Jonas, he's kicked one. He's only 35 metres out directly in front. Usually a pretty accurate kick. The goal umpire doesn't move. 2 goals to Peter Jonas, and North fight back. They're 2 goals behind. They're on 4-4. A total of 28. Trailing Richmond 6-4. A total of 40.
Well, the main problems for North Melbourne at this stage have been the play of Waitman, Pickering and Roach. As far as I see it, the rest sort of works itself out. But Roach is the problem for North Melbourne, having 3 goals, 3 to his credit, with 2 posters. And Pickering and Waitman are certainly playing well.
But the strange thing is, Jack, although they seem to be copping a hiding as Trevor Poole brings it towards half-forward, they're not far behind the scoreboard.
No, they're not. Here's Pickering now. Just brought that one over. It's been hand passed back out. Taken by Egan into Roach. He's put it up high for Roach. It's through. It's a goal. Good goal. Tipped by Egan. His second goal. So I'll have to bring him into the contention now of being a dangerous player. The hand pass came, or the tap came down from Jess to Pickering. It got it over to Egan. And I thought Egan had popped it up for Roach, but the kick was not enough to go through. So another good Richmond goal. 3 goals of difference against. Richmond leading on 7's big league, 6.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Well, I was just about to do the block, Jack, and say that he wasn't setting it up for Roach. He didn't hook it back for Roach, and he's kicked the distance. I got as big a shock as you. It was a beautiful kick by Egan. I was thinking he should have set it up for Roach, but he had a long shot, and, well, he made a fool of my judgment because he put it through. There's Harris. A long hit out. Oh, good hip and shoulder. McCann's gone in hard in this quarter, and that makes a difference to North when he does. There is McCann going in again at half-forward. But, oh, gee, Richmond look a different side today. But, of course, they put up a pretty good performance against Carlton last week for a huge part of the game.
There's a chance for North Melbourne now through German. The kick coming away toward McCann. It's a long way out, though. Goes for a hand pass. It comes back to Steele. Steele's kick around the corner. Can he find a teammate? He has. And he's found Donald McDonald. Now, this fellow, well, he can be anything. Saw him one day against Fitzroy down the Junction Oval, and he kicked goals everywhere. He's a great athlete, but a bit of a worry sometimes.
I think we thought he'd make a full forward, but he's played. Unfortunately, they've had to use him in the ruck a lot, haven't they?
He's had to do a lot of jobs. Hasn't had much chance to settle down. Let's see how he goes here toward goal. Normally a good kick.
Oh, what'd you say, Jack?
I said normally. He's hooked it.
That's a shot.
A bad kick by Donald McDonald when North needed a goal. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. So McCormack from the back pocket position will bring the ball up to where the high flyers came in, and the ball over the boundary line. Who was that up high there? That young fella got up high there, Clark. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, it must be hard on players further afield when they bust their guts to get it down to the forward line and it's wasted with a poor kick. It is Barry Rawlings, 36 years of age, towards centre wing, where the mark has been taken by Darren Harris, formerly of South Adelaide. And it's a 15-metre penalty against Michael Pickering.
A bit slow in paying now.
Well, off goes Harris, up towards full forward, a chance there. It's punched to the ground, grabbed by Mark Eustace. He hooks it back. Ross Smith dives.
Yes.
Gee, that's a good mark, Jack.
It was. I could see him gathering speed. He knew the ball was going to drop in front of him, and he gathered speed and just made it before it made contact with the turf. Now, he's a fair way out, but Pickering kicked one from about this distance
I think
earlier.
if he gets onto it, he could make it.
Right, well, here's a go. Leaves the boot all right, but it's off target now, only one behind. Just swung away at the last moment, so North Melbourne 4-5, but Richmond are on 7-4, and you're on 7's big league. 46 playing 29 from the full-back position now. The ball's delivered out to the... That was Hogg getting it, passing it over to Anea. Anea moving the ball around the outer wing, looking for Notting. Can't find him as yet. Notting after it with Ramsey. Ramsey picking up for North Melbourne. Very cool. He gets the ball around to Arsiri, who went out of the game a little bit.
Yes, he gets it across to Spargo. Spargo runs to half forward. A beautiful pass. He's found Phil Cracker now. I've never seen this bloke waste the ball. I hope he doesn't let me down here now. He's
Long way from goal,
yes, he's on the half forward line. He normally tries to pass it to someone in a better position, but on this occasion, Jack, I think he is going to have a shot at goal. Phil Cracker from right on the boundary line. He's on the right side of the ground for a left footer. He stabs it across the face of goal. Up they go. Over the back. Here's a chance for Jonas. Gets it out. Oh, gee, diving on top of the ball.
Arsiri about to let fly.
He was about to have a shot. It was bad luck as Peter Carey had blown the whistle.
It's only about 15 metres out from North Melbourne's goal, where it's been put down. McDonald rising for North. Hooked the ball back. Arsiri's left foot shot a bad one. He didn't. He tried to hook it toward goal. It came off the front of the foot, went straight over the boundary line. So it'll be Chikaski's free kick in the back pocket for Richmond. North Melbourne 4-5, Richmond 7-4. 46 playing 29. The Tigers in front of North, and we've been playing 10.5 minutes of the second term at VFL Park.
And the mark has been taken by German. Oh, geez, got to come back. No, it's a Richmond free kick for shepherding. I think against Darren Harris, the umpire said. And I think it was there as young Clark, that's the big bloke, 42, Simon Clark. Oh, gee, Richmond player was collected after he kicked that away. That was Burton. It's grabbed by Atkins. They need his pace flying. That's an ordinary kick, a bad kick down to half forward, and Barry Rawlings takes the mark.
He was looking for Arsiri, but Rawlings chipped in. It wasn't a long kick, as you said. Up it comes now to Harris. Can't take the mark. It's on the turf. Picked up and kicked by Ross Smith. Kicked very high. A chance now for the high flyer, and that's Donald McDonald of North Melbourne.
Great
now,
mark.
It was a great mark, right up on the shoulder, Nelly. Now, he's a long way out from goal. He had a very indifferent shot only moments ago toward goal, which he put out of bounds on the full. That was a very tight angle. Now, this time it'll take a good kick to make the distance. He'll be out 50 metres, I'd say.
They could do with it.
They can always do with them. Torpedo punt, off target, chance for McCann, can't take it. It's on the turf, it's now, no, Jonas keeps it in play. The ball goes straight up in the air, chance for Steele, he's in trouble. Now it's going to be taken away. Hogg got the ball out, taken by Rawlings, toward the boundary line it travels, and I think there's where we might see it finish. We'll see a boundary throw in taking place on North Melbourne's half-forward flank.
Yes, well, North have had plenty of the play in this quarter, but they're not capitalising up forward. They're very, very haphazard, and well, when Richmond get it down there, Roaches, it's a beautiful kick and good player down there. He's a focal point, whereas North haven't got anyone. As we see Smith, a high one, up towards full forward. Here's a chance. That's a good mark. A very, very good mark for Donald McDonald. His second great mark in a couple of minutes. But Jack Edwards has shut his eyes on this one.
No, I haven't.
He should kick this, though. Jack, he's only, what, 15 metres out directly in.
Yes, from where the man on the mark is 15 metres out. He'll kick from about 20 metres, but he should get this one dead in front of goal. You would have to put in a very bad kick to miss it, wouldn't you? So Donald McDonald, a chance to kick North Melbourne's 5th goal as we approach the 13-minute mark of the first quarter. Donald McDonald.
Now I know why you shut your eyes.
Well, Another behind at North Melbourne from point-blank range. Richmond 7-4-46, 16 points in front of North on 4-6-30.
Peter McCormack trying to play on there. A bad miss by Donald McDonald. You cannot afford in league football. That's Trevor Poole taking the mark, but you cannot afford to miss them when your players are busting their guts to get it forward. There's a big knock away by Harris, a ripper to German. German centres it to McDonald again. Now, oh, the umpire hasn't played it, but still he's a bit closer than us. Maybe he dropped it. I thought it was a mark. And so does Donald McDonald, as you see on screen. And certainly I would have paid it, Jack.
He's having a few words to say to McDonald, to the umpire. We thought from here it could have been a mark, but the umpire, who was only 5 metres away, said no. No, so it's a bounce in North Melbourne's forward pocket. Ball's tapped out to Cracker. Phil Cracker's hand pass, not a good one. By German. Free kick North's way. I don't think it's to German. I think it's to Phil Cracker, yes. An infringement after he got rid of the ball. So Cracker is within kicking distance.
I know one thing, they're certainly missing Jimmy Cracker around the ground.
Yes, he left the field early. I think he's suffering concussion. But this is Phil Cracker, his brother. McCann leading, but that's only a dummy lead because Phil Cracker will take the shot at goal. I think it's good. Here's the goal to North Melbourne. So North Melbourne still trailing Richmond by 10 points on Sevens Big League, but they are coming back.
Yes, and well, actually, Jack, they've had most of the play in this quarter. Yeah. They've been right on top of Richmond, but the scorer's not on the board. But still, they're in it. They're only 10 points behind. They're playing a little bit better. They just can't capitalise up forward. It's 7-4-46 Richmond. North Melbourne on 5-6-36. The bounce of the ball back in the centre as we see Darren Harris, who's given a couple of 40-metre thumps in recent times. There he goes again, but he missed that one against Park. David Dwyer. No, it wasn't. It was Schimmelbusch on the left. Oh, what a good mark. Paul Spargo. A hand pass to German. German to Darren Steele. Darren Steele with a long kick. Will it come back? Oh, that's a good mark. Donald McDonald looks at the umpire. Are you going to play this one? Now, Jack Edwards puts his hands on his head. Will he kick this one? He's missed the easy ones, Jack. Maybe he'll kick the miraculous one.
Well, this is the most difficult shot he's had. I'm talking for direction.
You reckon he'll run round, Jack?
I think he might even run around and drop it on his left foot. He's got a lot of ability, this fellow. No, he's used the banana kick. And would you believe he kicked it? Well, it's hard to work out, isn't it? Richmond 7-4-46. North Melbourne 6-6-42. You're on Sevens Big League.
Well, what an amazing thing. He's missed a couple of sitters. He kicks the hard one. Donald McDonald has had 6 kicks, has taken 5 marks, and that is his first goal.
And that was a great mark, too.
It was a top mark. I thought it was going through for a point, but his marking is worrying Peter McCormack down there, and it's good to see him down. I reckon they need a focal point. They need someone to pull forward.
He's very athletic, Peter. He's very agile. He moves around a lot. He's certainly a good player.
4 points the difference. It's amazing. Richmond were dominating for so long. Wakeman's gone out of it, Jack. John Law, a long kick up towards Phil Cracker. Oh, he trapped that beautifully. Over to McCann. The advantage is paid. Over to Jonas. They're on fire now, North Melbourne. Jonas to McDonald. He's nearly got it. Oh, boy. No, said the umpire. Picking up his Spargo as a step at the goals. And Paul Spargo has put it through. And you wouldn't believe it, North have hit the front.
Well, that's great stuff. Good work by Cracker and beautiful work by Jonas. The way he threaded his way through there between 2 opponents. That was a good goal for North Melbourne. They're starting way up there at the half-forward flank. I see Jimmy Jess, the acting captain of Richmond today, trying to spur the side on. A side that looked so good in the first term when they led by 13 points over North Melbourne, but North Melbourne coming back hard in the second quarter. All the action on Sevens Big League. Now it's tapped down at the centre. Jimmy Jess come tearing through the pack. The free kick right now is played advantage. Waitman coming into the game again. And a chance now. Oh, Pickering hand passes over to Roach. It's on the turf. A chance for Ackley. Ackley turns Richmond out. Kicks it out wide. Atkins' pace might come to the fore. Asiri might get there first. Asiri does. So Asiri has the half-forward flank wing to himself. He goes up towards Jonas. Jonas gets outmanoeuvred. And a good mark by Chikaski. His left foot kick comes in toward the half-forward zone. And the mark to Dwyer.
It was bad play further afield by Michael Pickering. He'd taken the good mark. He was within scoring. distance he tried to play on. Peter German marks. Gee, they look a different side, North Melbourne. They know how to get into a different gear, North Melbourne, as they're doing now. German towards half forward. Over the back, it's all Richmond. The mark has been taken by Michael Roberts.
Roberts at half back, looking for somewhere to go. Being told to play on by the umpire. Kicks to the outer wing. He puts it up high. German in front, can't take it. Atkins gets a hand pass out to Dwyer. Dwyer back to German. German hooks a hand pass over the top again, and it's still hand passes in. There's a chance now for Spargo. Spargo into McDonald, can't take it. He actually lost the bounce of it. A chance for Hogg. Can't pick it up. He's a big fella, can't get down. He went in pretty hard though. Taps the ball along the boundary line. Another chance for Richmond, and it's they're coming away from trouble now. Was that Burton got the ball out? Here they come. Richmond shoots it back out to Burton, and Burton coming forward to the half-forward zone. Pickering stands his ground. He uses his strength, but pass ball came in. Can't pick it up. It's McCormack in trouble. A little kick comes away from the full-back. It's been taken here by Ackley. Ackley swings around and puts it back to the wing position. Who can take it? No one. It's on the turf and over the boundary line, and the throw-in takes place on the half-forward playing for Richmond on the outer side of the ground.
Well, David Ackley, I watched him all those years with the Swans in South Melbourne, but I don't reckon I've seen a better back pocket player. He is so sure, and he just saves them time and time again. That was great play by Ackley. Here's German over to Dwyer. German's come right into the game in this quarter. He kicks Dwyer down to Jonas. Jonas drops it. He's got it though. He ducks onto the right foot. He stabs it up towards full forward. Darren Harris. No, it wasn't. It was McDonald. Couldn't take the mark. Here's Michael Roberts on the left foot. He leaves it short with Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch the long kick. Jimmy Jess goes back, and McCann comes off his fingers over the line and out of bounds in the forward pocket for North. But North looking dangerous. They lead by 2 points. 7-6 to Richmond 7-4.
North Melbourne putting the pressure on Richmond's defence in this second term on Sevens big league. Was that Jonas going through? I thought it was, yeah, but he left the ball behind, and a bounce will be affected only 20 metres out from North Melbourne's goal. North Melbourne 7-6, Richmond 7-4. 2 points the difference between the teams. We've been playing 20 minutes of the second quarter on the big league. Here we are now with Jess going up was Walsh, thumping the ball over the boundary line, and we'll see another boundary thrown in North Melbourne's forward pocket. Now there's an opportunity for North Melbourne here. If they can get the ball to the back of the pack and give the Rovers a chance to get it away. Our series lurking and waiting to get behind the pack. There it goes.
Oh, beautiful over to Jonas. Oh, that was a beautiful hit out. It's out of bounds on the full, but what great play that was by McCann.
Yes, brought the ball out the back of the pack. That's the only way to play it. I thought our series might have picked up the crumb, but it was taken by Jonas.
Might have been better if he had him, Jack.
It may have been. Up they fly. The ball's to turf. It's Notting. Can't pick up. Atkins is there. Kicked off the ground by Anea, and the boundary line comes up on North Melbourne's half-forward flank. With Richmond defending on the outer half-back flank, North Melbourne are about 75 to 80 metres from goal. They'd need 2 kicks to get a score from this position.
Jimmy Jess has gone to full back, and I noticed coming onto the ground was David Palm onto the half-forward line. There's the kick. There's Jess overrunning the football. It's grabbed there by Burton. Burton further afield to Hogg. Now, was it a throw? Play on, said the umpire. They're paying the advantage to Peter German, to Donald McDonald. He's on fire as far as marking today. That's about 7 marks to McDonald. Now, is McCormack off the ground?
No, I noticed McCormack down on the half-forward line before. I don't know where he's gone now. Is that him out there or not? It might be him out there.
He might be off the ground, I think, Jack, because I noticed Jess is at full back, and he hasn't had a great day.
No, well, he's trying to curb McDonald, I think. So, from North's point of view, it's good to see them worried about the abilities of Donald McDonald, and another goal to the player I've just mentioned. So North Melbourne now on Sevens big leagues. We approach the 22-minute mark of the second term. North Melbourne 8-6-54, Richmond 7-4-46.
Jack, I think you and I have said this for a couple of years now. If North could get a number 1 ruckman to sort of ruck all day, McDonald would be the ideal bloke to settle in at full forward and leave him there, because he's got great potential as a forward.
I think he's got great potential as a player. Sometimes he worries you, as I said earlier, and he's giving Jimmy Jess some worry now, so at least he can pass the worries around. At the centre, Harris beaten for that one. There was a chance for North Melbourne to move it out. No decision. The umpire said holding the ball.
Good decision.
So that's a 15-metre penalty too. So Harris is playing on now for North Melbourne. Oh, he's lost it. Gets it out with a hand pass, though, to Smith. Ross Smith hooks it up high. My word, it's gone high. Should be one for the Rovers. It's going to be hard to mark this one. on the turf at the back of the pack, picked up by Burton. Burton places the ball. A well-placed kick. Look for Notting, but he can't find him as yet. It's near the boundary line where it's tapped out of bounds, and a free kick. No, it would be a boundary throw-in. I thought the umpire may have paid that. Boundary throw-in.
Richmond, every game this year have started off particularly well and looked good, but they've fallen in a hole in this quarter. North Melbourne have dominated the quarter. They should be further in front.
North have kicked 5-3. Richmond have kicked 2 goals.
And I feel sorry for Michael Roach, who's in tremendous form. Great touch, and he's being starved.
I know one player will be quite
forward.
happy about that, and that's Peter Smith of North Melbourne.
I reckon.
North Melbourne full-back. He was having all sorts of bother. But now his teammates upfield are doing the right thing by him and keeping the ball at the other end.
There's German, a beautiful hit out by McCann. Up towards the forward pocket it went, and I think it's eventually bounced through for a point. In fact, that nearly swung around and went through for a goal. Jess got panicked at the last bit. North Melbourne doing all the attacking on 8-7, leading Richmond on 7-4.
It was a well-placed kick by Jess in one sense. No, it's a free kick North Melbourne's way now. It went out of bounds. The umpire didn't signal it. Well, I'll be jiggered. Taken by Schimmelbusch. That should have been a free kick to North Melbourne, but Schimmelbusch puts it up toward the full forward zone now. No one can take it. Look at last year we go. After the ball in the forward pocket, he's going to get around, have a shot toward goal. A difficult shot, and he's off target. Couldn't quite get in position to have the shot at goal. Was getting forced to the boundary line. Had to be able to come back to a left foot. He might have been better off. But
McDonald on his own too, appealing for it as we see Rawlings bring it in. 7-4-46 Richmond. North Melbourne 8-8-56. Oh gee, they nearly messed that one up, but out wide it goes. But look at the pace of Atkins. Look at that. He left them for dead there, Atkins. A hand pass for Ackley. Ackley, a long one, finds Harris. Harris towards full forward. McDonald flew. Couldn't get it. Coming through is Jonas. That's a tremendous performance. Oh, gee, it was taken away by Rawlings. That deserved a goal by Jonas. Rawlings from full back. A long one. Over the back of the pack.
Well done.
Melbourne. Oh, that was clever play. German handballing beautifully to McCann. McCann with the stab kick, a shocker. Straight to Johnny Annear.
that was bad football by McCann. Annear taking the pressure off North Melbourne now. Without toward the half-back flank it goes. Atkins still in possession for North Melbourne. Picked up, just tried to get that ball out of bounds. But a very bad kick by Atkins. Having that shot from off the boundary line there, should have sport that ball to the end of the goal square instead of having that tight shot, as he's been told by his teammates. North Melbourne still lead. Good mark to Ackley.
He's a great player. Look, honestly, Jack, I'd love to see him kick this goal. David Ackley, he's come down from the back pocket. He's down at centre forward following his man. He has not made a mistake all day. I don't think he's made a mistake for the year. And I think this would really lift North Melbourne if he kicks this one from centre half forward. There's a long driving drop punt. No doubt about that one. That's a great goal by the North Melbourne back pocket player.
Yeah, it's a good goal to David Ackley. North Melbourne increased their lead over Richmond on Sevens Big League. 26 minutes into the second quarter. Richmond 7-4-46. North Melbourne 9-9-63. And Ackley has kicked that goal. I don't suppose he have too many to his credit.
I don't think I reckon it'd be in single figures for sure. He's kicked. He's had 7 kicks for the game, Jack. But I think you'd agree he's a steady influence down there on that back line. He's so sure with his ball handling.
At the centre bounce, Sevens Big League from VFL Park. North Melbourne leading Richmond 63-46, and this second term getting very close to termination. Now, looked like German hurried it out. It's been kicked high. Was that Chikaski got there? Not too sure that one. And was that a mark to Ackley? No, free kick, the umpire said.
She was nearly a great mark again.
Was it Ackley or Roberts' free kick? The umpire said neither. It's going to be a bounce. So the ball being put down at the half-forward zone for Richmond. Big fella for Richmond. Tried to get it out. It's Waitman getting a hand pass out to Notting. Atkins traps it nicely. Ackley picks up. No backing up. He should have tried to get a kick and should have got a hand pass. Law puts it out. German's got the paddock. He's got the entire VFL Park flank to run to himself. He's got the lot. Players are coming down to meet him. McDonald's leading into the centre. That's where the lead should be. And Steele will take the mark for North Melbourne at half forward. North Melbourne looking better in the second term. There's a chance now for Spargo. And he takes the mark only 30 metres out from North Melbourne's goal.
They're cutting him to pieces. Yeah. The big difference, I reckon, has been German around the centre. He's really come into the game in this quarter. He's having a picnic as we see Spargo, who is a great kick. Number 31, his dad, Bobby Spargo. He's already kicked a goal Spargo, but his dad, Bob, was a great player for Footscray. But will it come back? Yes, it did. It looked like being offline. It swung back for a goal. 2 goals to Paul Spargo, and North Melbourne are well on top now, Jack. 10-9 to Richmond 7-4.
Yeah, it's good football by North, but when that ball was put over there on the half-back flank, when German had the whole paddock to himself, Peter. He could have gone, he could have nearly run to the forward pocket, and they got the ball moving, and then North Melbourne broke up the Richmond defence with short passes. Centre bounce, Sevens Big League, VFL Park, 69 playing 46, North Melbourne leading Richmond. McCann got the tap down. Spargo couldn't get it away. The ball comes to turf again, and the umpire said holding the ball against North Melbourne, and the player who take the free kick is Burton. Burton looking for somewhere to go. Roach will be just about dying. It's been a cold day, would have frozen to death. Roach now getting the set. He up high, can't take the mark. No practice in this quarter. The ball kicked away. Another chance for Waitman, but the defence of Ramsey stands firm with Ackley. Ackley gets it away toward John Law. He'll hand pass over the top to himself by the look of it. No, it was Steele. I'm sorry, they are a bit alike. Here's Smith picking up, coming up to the wing position. Chance for North Melbourne, 3 of them there. Steele takes it away from Ackley, who gives it to Spargo, who's caught. Got a hand pass away though to German. German's going to try and run it. No, he's giving it to Ackley. Ackley gives it back out to Harris. Harris should have got a kick. He wasn't told by his teammates he was caught. It's on the turf. The pack forms up, and we'll see a bounce.
Yes, well, they certainly overdid the handball, and they had a chance to kick it. And they're trying to play the team game, and of course it's better to overdo it than not do enough of handball in modern football, but still they went the one too many there, and Harris was too slow.
Wow.
There's old Jonas, a big knock away as the siren sounds to end the first half here at VFL Park. North Melbourne with a good lead, 10-9, 69 to Richmond, 7-4, 46.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
On Sevens Big League, we welcome you to the second half of the game between Richmond and North Melbourne at VFL Park. North Melbourne leading Richmond by 23 points after being 13 points down at quarter time.
Big thump away was by Harris. There's Notting getting it away to Poole. A lot of the Richmond players in the second quarter went right out of the game as North Melbourne got on top. That's a terrific attempt there by Philip Walsh, who's had a quiet day. That was Ramsey on the left foot towards centre wing area. Richmond will really have to lift their game in this quarter. Zakaski knocks it towards the boundary line, over the line out of bounds. In the first quarter here, Richmond, Jack, were well on top.
Yes, they kicked 5 goals for to North Melbourne's 3-3 and looked a much better team, but then Richmond lowered their colours to North in the second quarter when North kicked 7-6 to Richmond's 2 goals. There's North Melbourne trying to come forward now. It's Steele getting the ball up high. A chance for McDonald. Can't take the mark. Scouting players for Richmond will take the ball away. Anea.
Yes, Johnny Anea receives on that occasion. He did from Eustace. Out wide it goes. Now, can Phil Cracker get there? Let's see what he does. Well, he ducks around the little stab pass. As usual, hits the man on the chest. And it's Donald McDonald who played a brilliant second quarter. And but for poor kicking, he could have kicked about 4 or 5 goals. He kicked 2. In fact, a hard one from the boundary line. Missed a couple of sitters. There's the long kick. Setting it up for McCann. He sets himself. Can't take it. Here's a chance. Kick. Touch, said the goal umpire. And it's a point to North Melbourne, so they move just a little bit further in front. 10-10 North Melbourne to Richmond 7-4.
Each team has lost a star player. North Melbourne lost Jimmy Cracker and Richmond lost Neil Peart in the first quarter. John Law does some heavy work for North Melbourne. It's a high kick by Ross Smith. It's going to be hard to take that one. It comes to turf now. Chance for Barry. No, it's Poole breaking away from the pack. Now it's looked like rolling. No, Jakaski got the kick away, and the mark has been taken on the half-back flank by the young player for Richmond in Craig Smith. He's putting it down toward Hogg. Now it's over the head of Hogg. He can't take it. Pickering and Law do battle. Law will try and hook the ball in. Can't do so. And we'll see a bounce taking place on the half-forward flank, nearly wing position here at VFL Park.
Well, full marks to John Law. Pickering was a star in the first quarter, and Law picked him up in the second and got got on top. Admittedly, the ball wasn't down Richmond's end too often. It took Roach out of the game too, and I felt sorry for him. There is Burton, Chris Burton on the right foot up towards half forward. Scouting the packs down there was Egan. Egan over to Waitman. Waitman unloaded. A further hand pass comes back to Egan. Another hand pass out wide. Oh, it's a fumble there by Walsh. He ducks in after it. He gets in the hand pass to Notting. Notting lines up the goals and Notting slams it through, and Richmond badly needed that one. That's his first. Richmond move on to 8-4, 52. The North Melbourne 10-10-70.
Well, Richmond coming back, getting the first goal of the third term. Only 3 minutes now gone. So that was a fairly quick reply for Richmond, bringing them back into the game. Not much in it now, only 3 goals, 18 points between the teams. Can North Melbourne get going again, or can Richmond come back and take over as they did in the first term, in which Roach was brilliant? He's had 3 posters today and also kicked 3 goals. Centre bounce. VFL Park, Sevens big league. Tap down over the back. That was a young player in Clark for Richmond, got that one down, but a free kick will go to Mark Arceri. Started the game well, then faded a bit in the second term. He's looking for a long kick. Schimmelbusch is under the ball. Ania punches it away. It comes to turf. Still on the turf. McCann done some heavy work against Jess. Jess caught in possession. The umpire calls play on. Ross Smith got bundled out. The hand pass came back out of the pack there. And it's Egan going further forward. He goes into the centre of the ground. He finds Pickering. Pickering balks around Law. A left-handed hand pass comes in toward the half-forward zone. And backing up there is Egan. He's caught in possession and paid the penalty.
It was bad play by Michael Pickering. He should never have gone the hand pass. His teammate was surrounded. He could have kicked it 60 metres down the ropes, but there is Graham Atkins. He's got a loose man in Ross Smith out wide. When North move it, they really move it. They've got a ton of pace as Smith brings it to half forward, but Schimmelbusch was caught out of position and David Palm has taken the mark. He plays on from half-back flank, brings it to centre wing, and he's got Egan. Up he goes. Oh, courageous play by 2 players there. One of them being Ross Smith as well for North Melbourne. There's Jess against McCann. Back at
well done.
Here's a chance for North Melbourne. Schimmelbusch grabbed off the ball. It'll be a free kick to Wayne. Schimmelbusch didn't have it, Jimmy.
That was clever by McCann there. We tapped it out with his foot to Schimmelbusch, and Schimmelbusch trying to get away. And now we see another player in the hands of the trainers.
Yeah, Egan was hurt when he went for that ball. He could be winded.
I think it may be. Schimmelbusch puts it up high. McDonald sets himself. Can he take it? No, from his hands it comes to the back of the pack. Should have held it possibly. Hurried away by Peter McCormack. McCann can't take it. On the turf, Burton gets it out. It's been kicked very high. That was Poole getting it up. It's thumped down by Law, taken by Pickering. He's caught in possession. The umpire calls play on. Clark misses it for Richmond. Gets it out to Roberts. Roberts gets it out to Waitman. Waitman shoots it down. A chance for Richmond through Pickering. Roach is leading. The kick in that direction. It's Roach away from Smith on the turf. It's been picked up by Hogg. Hogg moves it into the goal square. It's going to run away from the players and come through eventually.
He's unbelievable, Ackley.
Yeah,
he is always there.
Yeah.
When you think that the opposition's going to score a goal, Ackley will be there to save them time and time again. 8-5 Richmond, North Melbourne 10-10, and Ackley decides to bring it back into play as he brings it to half-back flank. Over the back, it's all Richmond as we see Trevor Poole give it across to Egan, who has recovered. Onto the left foot. Roach has got 3 men to beat. Couldn't take the mark.
Well done.
Oh, gee, big Hogg charged his way through. Number 48, Jeff Hogg. And it's a free kick to Richmond for holding the man.
Yes, well, Hogg has a chance to score here. He hasn't scored any goals as yet. Richmond coming back in the third term against North Melbourne. Richmond on 8-5, North Melbourne 10-10. A chance for Hogg, Jeff Hogg of Richmond to score from about 30 to 35 metres out. Head over the ball. Very desperate kick this. Oh, it's off the side of the boot. Still a chance for Richmond, though. If Roach can take it, he can't. There's a chance now. It's still in play and forced through, eventually 4-1 behind. So the North Melbourne defence under pressure now, Pete.
Yes, well, that seems to be the scoring end, but I was looking at the flags. There is not one breath of wind here today, so for some reason they're scoring better down at the main scoreboard end of the ground as Ackley takes it. Off he goes. Got the benefit of a 15-metre penalty, and David Ackley on half-back flank, as I said, has been a tremendous player this year for North Melbourne. He kicks it high, looking for Jonas. Over the back, Zakaski, disciplined play. Gets it down to Poole. Poole across there, back to Zakaski. Zakaski centres the ball. 2 against 1. Phil Cracker. Oh, he punches it away. He's got 3 to beat, in fact. and eventually the numbers win out as David Palm grabs it. He swings onto the left foot. He goes for the short one, and he kicks it straight to Peter German, who was brilliant in the second quarter, and German brings it to Phil Cracker on half forward.
I don't know whether he meant that or not, but Phil Cracker moves it out, taken by Spargo. McDonald up too high. Schimmelbusch after the ball. Can't pick it up. McCormick there for Richmond. His kick into the centre of the ground. Two North Melbourne players sit and wait for it. Oh, and they've dropped it between them. Ross Smith missed it. Burton picks it up. But the umpire said a free kick going to Smith in the centre of the ground.
Bad play by Michael Roberts, because the North Melbourne player Graham Atkins had actually dropped the mark. There he goes out wide. He's got two loose men. He's got to bring it back and kick over the mark, says umpire Howlett.
On Sevens big league, at the 8-minute mark of the third term approaches, North Melbourne on their half-forward flank. Donald McDonald would be the target from Smith. Here it is now, the lead. No, it's going out towards Jonas. It comes down to McDonald. He loses his footing. Still another chance for North Melbourne as they swoop upon it, but so does the North Richmond defenders. And we'll see a bounce taking place some 35 metres out from North Melbourne's goal. North Melbourne 10-10-70. Richmond 8-6-54 on Sevens big lead in this third term.
McDonald doing the ruck work. Down to the ground it goes. Here's North Melbourne. A beautiful hand pass by McDonald to German, and Peter German, he slammed it through on the left foot. North Melbourne move further in front. They move on to 11 goals, 10-76 to Richmond 8-6-54.
Well, Richmond were coming back there, Pete, for a while. They moved their half-time score on from 7-4. They moved it up to only 8-6, but they were certainly attacking the goals and putting North Melbourne under pressure. Now North Melbourne have kicked their first goal of the third term. 76 playing 54.
Lovely hand pass by McDonald. There he is on screen playing against Peter McCormack. That's his position, Jack.
He's certainly active around there, isn't he? Bringing other players into the game. Sevens big league, back at the centre. Harris got a tap down. It's Big McCann. Can he get it moving? Up he goes into the half-forward flank. Players set themselves an ears there. Got the ball to Turf. That was good play. Good shepherding by teammates who'd gaining possession. Schimmelbusch gets in after it now. He hooks it out. He's in trouble, but got a hand pass back out. And now North Melbourne are going forward through Smith. Up toward the half-forward zone. Ross Smith moved it. Poole was there. Richmond under pressure now. Burton takes the hand pass out. And it's Burton moving the hand pass after he got that one from the Richmond player in Smith. And now it's a young fella in Clark moving it for Richmond to the half-forward zone. No clean mark taken. It's on the turf. Pickering's play applauded by Peter McKenna, but the umpire said a bounce.
He was about a metre behind there, and because of his desperation, Jackie hooked the ball back and nearly got away with it, Michael Pickering. But I feel sorry for Michael Roach, who was in brilliant form in the first quarter. They can't get it down to him at the moment. Richmond and North are dominating. Here he is. Here he is again. He hasn't made a mistake all day, Ackley. Up there towards McCann. McCann in front of Jimmy Jess. Jess might get a free kick here. No, said the umpire. Here comes North Melbourne. German has been brilliant since quarter time. A short pass across to Spargo. Now, he normally kicks a mile, Spargo. Let's see what he does with this one. McDonald's led.
Out too early.
Well, no one's ducking back.
McDonald was out too early. He led before Spargo was balanced. Spargo playing the hand pass on, and Ramsey goes forward for North Melbourne. It's up to the goal square. It's on the turf. A charge from McDonald. The hand pass comes out to Jonas. Jonas shoots it back again. Atkins shoots it into the pocket. Arceri shoots to goal, and he's missed it.
Oh,
could have been a goal.
Oh, they had loose players absolutely everywhere. Look at little Mark. He's not happy with that one. But that's his weakness. He's a tremendous little player. Plenty of guts. Always gets the ball, but we see him waste the ball a fair bit. He should have kicked that one. He should have kicked a couple earlier. 8-6 Richmond. North Melbourne 11-11. Peter McCormack on screen. And I'll tell you what, they're under enormous pressure. Richmond and North Melbourne are bombarding the goals.
I noticed McDonald having a few words to say to Arceri there. There's a chance for Germany. Didn't move into the ball quickly enough, though, and Pickering takes it. Pickering on half-back flank. Looking for Poole, finds him too. They can run this one now as Roberts takes that. Now Waitman takes the hand pass. Waitman's calls for Roach to lead. He does so. It's Roach coming out. Can't take the mark. In goes Dwyer. Hand passes back to Ackley. Not a good one. Here comes Egan. The left foot shot's on, and he's missed it. It hasn't even scored.
Well, full marks to Peter Smith there, Jack. Tremendous effort. Roach had the break on him. Waitman had the pass, and Smith really kept with him there. In the first quarter, he was playing far too far behind Michael Roach, and it was creating all sorts of problems. On that occasion, he was right with him. There's Roach against Harris. All we're going through is Philip Walsh. He's got it. Gets in the hand pass to Michael Roberts. He's got it. A long hand pass looking for Waitman. Let's see what Dale Waitman can do with it. Oh, good skills, but beautifully done, Darren Steele. taken away by Mark Eustace, and it's a free kick coming back to Dale Waitman. He'll probably look for the short pass. He does, and who's he found? Anir from the boundary, a flying pot shot at the goals, and he's put it through for 1 point.
That's not a good shot by Anir to do that. He should bring the ball over into the centre, Peter, right in front of the goals, rather than trying to pop them off the boundary. But anyhow, we see them do it often. Smith bringing the ball in towards Passmore. At the back was Hogg. Big, tall, young fella got the thump away and finds the boundary line. On Sevens big league, North Melbourne 11-11, 77. Richmond 8-7, 55. 22 points between the teams as we approach the 13-minute mark of the third term.
Half-forward flank for Richmond. Michael Roberts. Law to Atkins. Atkins with a little chip pass beautifully to Jonas, who's done well since coming on the ground. Jimmy Cracker off the ground with concussion. Over to German. He's been a star. German's, he can run a mile if he wants to. Oh, he might. Now he eventually gets rid of it with a short one, and Jimmy just marks in the back pocket. He hasn't had a great day. Jimmy, how many kicks is that? It is one kick, in fact, towards half-back. Dale Waitman takes it away with a chip pass out wide to Pickering.
There's a chance now for Richmond to open it up. If Pickering gets it to a teammate, he comes in toward the middle of the ground. I thought he would have gone out wider. It's a chance now. Looks like Big Hogg taking the ball away. On the left foot, he moves it into the half-forward flank. No mark taken by Dwyer. There's a chance for Walsh. No, it's not Walsh going down. A good tackle against Notting, and he loses possession of the ball. And Passmore will take the kick for North Melbourne on the half-back line. North lead by 22 points. Passmore finds Atkins. Atkinson see a lead up on the half-forward flank. Anir a bit late on the scene, but he might get there in time to spoil. He does, and the ball thumped over the boundary line away from Spargo. On the half-forward line for North Melbourne, 14 minutes gone. The third term at VFL Park. North Melbourne leading by 22 points after a great second quarter. McCann, a beautiful tap out the back to Arceri, couldn't pick it up. He dives on it now, playing soccer. He's going to try and kick it off the ground. It's forced over the boundary line. Arceri appeals for the free kick, but the umpire said no.
Yes, little Mark on screen was trying to say that was deliberate. That would have been a bit harsh, but that was a beautiful tap out by McCann. He's given 3 or 4 magnificent tap outs today, but they haven't been able to capitalise on it. There's McCann again doing the ruck work, and it's a free kick going Richmond's way for a little bit of shepherding, and that's young Clark, Simon Clark, getting across there to Burton. This is danger, I'll say it is. Punching it away is Poole, being held by the jumper. It's a free kick to Trevor Poole on half-back flank.
Well, McDonald had enough pace to keep up to him. Eventually McDonald ran Poole into the ground, but I can't go cruel at him for that. The umpire...
Howlett to speak to me like that. By heck, he meant that, didn't he?
He sure did. Richmond now moving away as Roberts got the hand pass across to McCormack. The ball is down with Law on the half-back position. It's coming out the members' wing now. Another chance for Richmond. If they can gain possession through Anir, they can move it away. Hand passes back to Egan, back to Anir. Anir looking for Roach. Will he find him? He's going to kick. He's not. He's ignored him. He's gone into the forward pocket, and the mark has been taken by Laurie. Went for Pickering instead of Roach.
Well, he kicked the wrong side too. Pickering led to the other side, and he didn't put it. He put it straight to Law, who had the advantage on that side. As we see it, Big Clark punches it away. Simon Clark. It's Phil Egan. Passmore tackled him ferociously, and he took it over the line. We've been playing nearly 16 minutes into the third quarter out here at Waverley. 55 plays 77, so that's 22 points the difference in favour of North, and a free kick will go North Melbourne's way to Darren Harris for a tackle that was far too high, and it'll be 15 metres against Michael Pickering.
Yes, he was holding play up there. Harris with the ball. Up toward the centre of the ground now, looking for somewhere to go. He's looking for McCann. McCann slips as he was about to come in to try and take the mark, and a good bit of shepherding against Jonas Bajsikaski allows Jess to take it. Goes out wide. Ramsey's there. Can he get there first? Coming out as Roach. They both go down, and it's coming on the scene Smith. The umpire blew the whistle there. Is there a free kick to North Melbourne or a free kick to Richmond? It's a free kick to North Melbourne.
The advantage
he could have let it go. He could have let it go. There was no point in that.
Boy, of course
McCann dragged the ground, couldn't take the mark. Jonas tries to get it out, and it's another chance there. Shot away by Craig Smith. Down toward the centre of the ground it travels. Players set themselves. The ball hits the turf. Coming out now for Richmond was Walsh. Got a hand pass to Waitman. Waitman into the open goals. He hand passes further afield. Here's a chance now for Hogg. He goes forward. And he's put it through for a goal. Richmond coming back North Melbourne at the 17-minute mark of the third term. Richmond 9-7-61. North Melbourne 11-11, 77 on 7's big lead.
Well, at this stage, Jack, I think you'd have to say they're certainly not out of it. North Melbourne have looked far the better side since quarter time, but Richmond are hanging in there at the moment, and that goal might liven them up a bit because North, as I said, have had most of the play and they're not capitalising up forward.
Well,
Richmond have picked their game up a bit.
Richmond in the first quarter kicked 5-4. North Melbourne in the second quarter kicked 7-6, so it's been 1 quarter each at this stage of the game. 16 points between the teams. Richmond leading, Roach in the ruck. Can he get it moving? Got the tap down, beautiful left-handed tap out toward the square, but the umpire said a free kick Richmond's way, and they'll go forward again from the centre square.
Could be interesting if they could kick a couple of quick ones, Jack.
Oh, dangerous football.
No.
Jonas put him straight down with hip and shoulder. Strong football. North will take it away now through German. German runs around. He made a mistake earlier. He's going to try and make up for that. From Jonas back to German. German can have a shot. He's going to give it back to Jonas. They're messing around a bit. That's Jonas in trouble. Yes, he's caught. Gets the ball out to Arceri. North Melbourne wasting opportunities, and it's going to be about 20 metres out from
Well,
goal.
that was fantastic football by John Anir there, number 5 for Richmond. He threw himself at Jonas, threw himself on the boot, and then when it came loose again, he did exactly the same thing, and if that's not guts, I don't know what is. That was a great effort, Anir. Well done, as we see Jonas on the right foot. Back to Johnny Anir. And I tell you what, that was the best passage of play I've seen in the whole match. That was a great effort by John Anir, and there he is on screen.
Now, North Melbourne wasted many opportunities to score in that passage of play. Boundary throw-in taking place. North Melbourne's forward pocket member side, only about 40 to 50 metres out from goal. McDonald doing the ruck work. It's on the turf. Smith can't get it out. Could have got a free kick, though. Yes, he will. He'll pick up the free kick. This is Craig Smith, a young player for Richmond, number 39, but I thought it was his free kick, but he's paid the free kick to Roberts, who now gives it back to Smith and caught North Melbourne unawares. He goes short down the flank. Egan's there. Good mark. Plays on to Anir. Anir looking for somewhere to go. Can he find a teammate? Passes wide, but he's found one. And it's a mark, I would say, to Walsh. Philip Walsh looking for somewhere. Roach is leading. It's a fair way upfield. Walsh coming right out from goal. Takes the mark, but a long... No, it's not Walsh at all. It's Clark.
Clark, he looks a bit like Roach when he lopes after the ball. He hasn't got the ability of Roach at this stage.
I'll see if he can kick. It'd have to be a pretty good kick.
Well, they're giving him a rest, young Simon Clark, down in full forward, and Roach is doing the ruck work. He's a long way out. Let's see what he does. It's not a bad looking drop punt up to the goal square. Up they go. It's a mark. Pickering. Oh, great mark. Right in the goal square. And this will be another goal to Richmond. And by heck, they're not out of it, Jack.
Oh, they're far from out of it, Pete. This will bring him up to only 10 points behind North Melbourne, who have been playing 20 minutes of the third term. So the action on 7's big league once again as Richmond draw within 10 points of North in the third term.
Michael Pickering, there he is on screen. He seemed to hurt his wrist in the second quarter, but I'll tell you what, he's all over the place. He's kicked 3 goals. He covers so much territory, and that's why he's a good player. And that was a top mark in the goal square, and exactly what they needed. Now, if they can get another one straight away, they'd only be 4 points behind. They're at the moment 10 points behind at the 20.5-minute mark of the third quarter, and anything could happen from there.
Yes, long way to go in this game of football. Third term. VFL Park. McCann got the tap out. There's a chance for Burton. He moves Richmond forward. They're only 45 metres out from goal. The ball running into the forward pocket now. Dwyer's there for North Melbourne. Hand passes away, looking for the free kick. The umpire said holding the man.
Well, the umpire Carey said that David Dwyer handballed the ball away, and he was then held too long. And I suppose technically that was a correct decision too. It's on half-forward flank for Richmond. Oh, gee, Richmond, as you can see, they've lifted the tempo of their game. They're really tackling and going in hard now, trying to put pressure on North.
Well, there's only 16,000 people here, they tell us, but they're certainly enjoying the football. Atkins taking the tap down. It came from McCann. He puts it into the forward pole, half-forward flank. Jonas is there. Phil Cracker's there. Can he get away from Eustace? He cannot.
Bad play by Phil Cracker. He should have attacked the ball. He waited for it and allowed Eustace in.
Well, I think Jonas, they think they might have been in 2 minds over there, Peter, because Jonas had a chance to jump on it too. McDonald out from goal, doing the ruck work. Just beats McDonald. Got a hand pass into Ward Waitman. Steele tries to trap it before the boundary line. Can't do so, and we'll see a boundary throw in.
Waitman's the one they need firing, Jack. At the moment, he played a brilliant first quarter here, and he's been fairly quiet since then. 5 kicks and a number of hand passes, though. That'd be close to double figures as normal, but there's Notting punching it away. In went Steele, grabbed by Waitman, a hand pass to Poole. Poole from half-back flank with a long kick towards the centre of the ground. Over the back of the pack, a chance for Hogg. It was a good tackle as we see Ramsey get it out to Schimmelbusch. Schimmelbusch has time to get onto the left foot. He kicks it high towards half-forward. That could have been shepherding, I think. Yes, the umpire saw that. Steele will have to bring the ball back. There was definite shepherding going for that mark, and the North player had no hope of getting to it on half-forward flank. Let's pick up who it is as we go back. And it looks like Peter German.
Peter German coming into the middle of the ground, looking for McCann, who can go in toward goal with a long kick, could score. Takes plenty of time to get balance. He puts it on the boot. He's put it through. North Melbourne coming back through McCann. Good play by Stephen McCann for his second goal. North Melbourne 12 goals, 11, 83. Richmond 10-7, 67 on 7's big lead.
Well, that was a real steadying goal by North Melbourne. A beautiful long kick under perfect condition. There's one of the best men on the ground on screen now in Peter German.
Took a while to get going.
He did. First quarter quiet, but second and third quarters excellent. In fact, his stats at the moment are 15 kicks, 4 marks and 9 handballs. So that's 24 possessions. Not a bad day's work.
Peter German doing well for North as the big league starts again from the centre bounce and tapped down by McCann. Still in the centre of the ground. German tried to get a kick away there, couldn't do so. Roberts' hand pass is a good one. Comes out to the wing position. This Hogg doesn't look like a bad mover. He gets the ball up to the half-forward flank for Richmond. Diving in there is Ackley. He gets it out to Law. Law moves it up to the half-forward or the wing position. Half-back it is for North Melbourne. A chance for Roberts. Hand pass to Anea. Anea balks. Shoots in a little left foot pass in toward the forward pocket, and a good mark by David Dwyer. He comes out wider looking for a teammate. There are 2, Ackley and Arceri. Ackley takes it, kicks it up high. McDonald out from goal now. Will have to fly high to beat Roach. Roach takes the mark, can move it quickly if he wishes. He's being worried by German. German's given away a 15-metre penalty. It might be 30 now if McDonald doesn't go back. Roach plays on, puts it up high. He'll be looking for the high-flying Pickering. Can he find him? At the back of the pack, it's a chance for a rover. Picked up by Atkins. Atkins takes a bounce around the back pocket. Brings it now up toward the half-back flank. There's no one to kick to as yet. He's waiting for a lead. The lead's coming from Steele.
Yes, Steele and young Smith, number 39. One of the youngsters that Richmond has brought in today. 4 of them, in fact. Well, not all for their first game, but in recent weeks. Craig Smith, number 39. Simon Clark, 42. Jeff Hogg, 48. And Dean Notting, who played a couple of games last year. But there's Roach doing well in the ruck too, getting it down to Palm. Palm straightens up. They need a goal, Richmond, as he brings it up towards half-forward. Out they come. Clark overran the ball. The North Melbourne defence is very good as Smith. He'd be happy to see Roach out of the way as Smith brings it straight to Anea. Anea with a hand pass into Walsh. Walsh over the top. This is to Egan. Egan caught. Left foot touched. No, it wasn't, said the goal umpire. That's a goal to Egan, and that's his 3rd.
Yes, what a bad mistake by Smith to put that ball out there and kick it straight to the opposition. Very poor kick indeed. North Melbourne struggling now, only 10 points in front. Good goal by Philip Egan. And what good action from this game at VFL Park.
And that's what happens with a poor kick away from defence, Jack. That set up that as the kick came out to Anea.
He kicked it straight to him.
I'll say he did. He wasn't under all that much pressure, so it was just a poor kick as we see the difference. What is it? 10 points in favour of North.
Yes, and nearly 26 minutes gone. We're in time on in the 3rd term on 7's big league, so it's anyone's game here at VFL Park. Another chance for Anea to move the ball out. And Richmond moving it well. It's Notting moving it out to the wing position on the members' side. Tapped away by Hogg. He's moving all right, Hogg. Hand pass from Poole. A chance for Roberts. He can get the ball up into the square. He should use it long. He kicks it high. The high flyers are there. The ball on the turf. Another chance for Richmond. Can they get it away? Or Dwyer comes in. No, it's a little Waitman.
Free
the whistle
kick.
sounds.
Free kick. He copped it round the neck. Dale Waitman copped it round the head, 15 metres out from goal. If he kicks this, the difference will only be 4 points.
Going to have a crackerjack final term coming up, Pete. I can see that. Waitman, 15 metres out, as Peter McKenna told you, and the ex-champ full forward says he can't miss it, right?
I would say he's a great kick normally. If he'll shoot himself if he misses this. As he stabs, it would have been another kick anyway. The umpire blew the whistle. They don't need it though. It's a goal, and the difference here at VFL Park at the 27-minute mark of the 3rd quarter, the difference is 4 points.
Well, the game's unfolding again. It's been played, as I said before. Richmond's first half quarter was good, and North Melbourne's second quarter was good. Each lost a star player in the first quarter.
Jimmy
Cracker went off for North Melbourne, and for Richmond, they lost their halfback in Neil Peart.
Well, Jimmy Cracker is warming up. Don't tell me they're going to slot him in the last quarter, Jack.
Well,
John Kennedy must be worried.
They're looking forward to a last quarter here because it should be a beauty. Poole went for the tap down, got it too. The ball still within the centre square, tapped out by Pickering, taken by Smith, taken by Notting. Notting looking for a forward. The kick is long to the full forward position. Here's Roberts. Roberts in the open goal. He shoots. Richmond are in front. Richmond lead by 2 points over North Melbourne on 7's big lead.
Well done, Michael Roberts. Well done, Richmond. They're back in business, the Tigers. They're 2 points in front. 13-7 plays 12-11. I thought at half-time it was how far North Melbourne. Well, you never know in football, and this is a great performance by Richmond in the third quarter. They have really lifted. John Kennedy must be a worried man because, as I said, Jimmy Cracker warming up. He had concussion early. Well, can someone score a goal before three-quarter time?
Richmond have kicked 6 goals, 3. North Melbourne 2 goals, 2 in this third term. And Jimmy Jess moving the ball away. John Law stands his ground. The ball taken by Passmore. Shot out very wide toward the wing position on the outer side. Schimmelbusch hasn't got the youngest legs in football, but he picks up, gives it back out to Ackley. Ackley back to Schimmelbusch. Back to the centre it travels. Steele sets himself. He's outgunned. The ball brought to ground. Yet another chance for North Melbourne to move it forward. German in the back. Could have been paid the free kick. The umpire calls play on. German caught again. And still the umpire calls play on, but now he said he will bounce. Richmond lead North Melbourne by 2 points. The time clock getting around toward the 29-minute mark of the third term on 7's big league. We still have the vital fourth quarter to be played. And the little crowd of 16,000 enjoying every second of it.
And Michael Roach, he was starved down at full forward. They moved him into the ruck. Schimmelbusch to Cracker. This is Phil Cracker. Jimmy Cracker went off with concussion in the first quarter and he's been sadly missed. Cracker gone to the boundary, and that is the first time in 2 weeks I've seen him make a mistake, Phil Cracker. I think I've mozzed him.
I was just about to say North Melbourne need a goal before three-quarter time, but that pass from Cracker going over the boundary line on the full, and the free kick is with Burton. McCann sets himself. Poole over the back, can't take it. German's there, hooked in by Eustace. It's on the ground. Phil Cracker, beautiful hand pass to Steele. Steele, because he's got goals open, he can go if he likes. Little Arceri, he's kicked it up there. Little Arceri against the tall timber. Not good football for mine.
And Craig Smith over to McCormack. That was good play by young Smith. And there's the siren. And what a great last quarter we're going to see here at VFL Park. At three-quarter time, Richmond lead by 2 points. 13-7-85 to North Melbourne 12-11-83.
7's big league, VFL Park, Richmond and North Melbourne. What a game we have. Only 2 points between the teams, with Richmond leading after a very good third term. Picked up by Waitman. The ball kicked toward the half-forward flank. Egan giving chase, picking up nicely, looking for a hand pass. He finds his teammate too. That kick coming from Chikaski, and he's kicked it straight into the hands of the... that was Poole. He kicked it straight into the hands of Ackley, who moves it to half-forward. No one home for North at present. The ball on the turf, holding the man decision.
Yes, it's... Smith comes away with the football. He kicks it out wide. He finds there Trevor Poole. Poole with a hand pass to Burton, who's under pressure. Burton with a lovely hand pass. Further afield to Waitman. Here's a chance. Clark goes back, the big fella. Pickering as well. Oh, nearly took it. A chance for Peter Smith onto the left foot. Gee, that was an opportunity wasted. Ackley fumbles for the first time today. Eventually gets the kick in. It's a hurry one. Arceri against 3 Richmond blokes. Notting was there. Goes in after it. Looks for the hand pass. Elects to go onto the... Well, he eventually gives a hand pass straight there to Steele. Not good play. But eventually Atkins picks it up. Short pass to the centre of the ground where Darren Harris takes the mark.
No one to kick to, really. He's got to put it out wide. Jess is leading for Richmond. No one near him. McDonald giving chase. Jess trying to get around McDonald. On the left foot, he brings it back toward the half-back flank position and giving... Chase now is Cracker. Phil Cracker gets it into John Law. He shoots it into the full forward position where players set themselves. Not taken. There's a chance now for Love of North Melbourne. He taps it out. North Melbourne need a goal to get in front. Love kicks it off the ground. Picked up by Schimmelbusch. Into the open goal he travels and he puts it through, and North Melbourne are in front. Richmond 13-7-85. North Melbourne 13-11-89 on Sevens Big League from VFL Park.
Yes, and a very timely goal by the North Melbourne skipper, and they badly needed that one to start off the fourth quarter here. He has been a reasonably quiet player. He always does the magical things, Wayne Schimmelbusch, but Johnny Anira has picked him up today and is playing very, very close and hard, and Anira's been a good player for Richmond, but can North Melbourne fire as they normally do? They normally come home very, very hard, but Richmond really took it up to them in that third quarter, Jack.
Yes, they kicked 6 goals 3 to North Melbourne's 2 goals 2. They went from 23 points down to 2 points in front. Atkins picks up now, kicks high, just underneath the ball. I think it'll come to ground. It's on the turf now, giving chases. McDonald has missed it. Backing up there was Love, but a little bit too late on the scene. McDonald got back quickly to force a ball up.
Interesting to see that young Simon Clark, the big ruckman, is playing at full forward, and Roach, who went into the ruck in the third quarter, has started in the ruck in the final quarter. I thought it would have been the other way around, but still Tony Jewell wanted to keep playing the winning thing as we see Jess knocking it on towards Notting. Notting goes wide. He's looking there for Pickering. Pickering's got it too. A lovely little hand pass across as he finds his big teammate and Hogg up towards Clark. It was a mark to Peter Smith. I think he played in the back, did he, Jack?
Yep.
Anyway, mark or free kick. Smith has got it in the back pocket.
He's looking for a short. No, he's going fairly long, looking for a little RC. He's been put under a bit of pressure today. Some of those kicks that have been delivered to him have been that high. Just about need a step ladder to try and outmark the
That's right. He's been, the poor little fella, he's been right under the ball, had a couple of those hospital passes about 5 times.
Well, he shot that one down to McDonald. Oh, there's 15 metres against Jimmy Jess.
That's a professional free kick.
That is a professional free kick, but you often wonder, it could be reportable. Yes, it might be reportable. Undue rough play. It is reportable.
No, that might be time wasting.
Well, it could be time. Well, we won't know until we read the report, but it's a report nevertheless. Peter, it wasn't very smart on Jimmy Jess's part.
I agree, but would you report him for it? No.
Well, he is. The man in white is always right, as they say. I don't know.
Well, you can't argue with them, Jack. That's for sure. They've got the whistle.
They've got the pencil in the book too.
It was deliberate. There is no doubt about that, but I don't know whether I'd report a bloke.
Right, North Melbourne are leading Richmond by only 4 points as a boot. Kick wobbles off the boot up toward the half-forward zone. In comes Jonas, a bit late on the scene, but Waitman got the hand pass out. Notting moves it for Richmond up to the half-forward zone. The ball will come to turf. Underneath it was Roberts. Could have been a free kick to Roberts too. Going in there was Law. The kick comes out to Passmore. Passmore to Atkins. Atkins looking for a lead. He goes out into the half-forward zone. No one home. Nobody wanted it. Pools there for Richmond. Schimmelbusch for North Melbourne. In goes Palm. Was that a throw? The umpire said no. It's been picked up by German. German knocks away the tackle from Chikaski. German in toward the full forward zone. Can't find McCann. McCann appeals for a free kick. Jonas comes through. McCormick gets a small kick off the boot. And Phil Cracker takes the mark.
Yes, and Cracker, he's got loose men everywhere to give it to. Is he going to? No, he elects to. Now he gives a short one. It's a little chip pass across to find Jonas, certainly within kicking distance. And if he kicks this one, the difference will be 10 points and a bit of breathing space for North Melbourne. But Peter Jonas came on the ground when Jimmy Cracker went off. And we see Jonas, 2 goals to his name. He is normally a pretty straight kick, Peter Jonas. Only 35 metres out, almost directly in front as he stabs at this one. That goal umpire doesn't move and it's a goal.
Good goal kick by Peter Jonas on Sevens Big League. North Melbourne 14-11-95. Richmond 13-7-85.
Well, there he is on screen, Peter Jonas. He's a real goer. He came on early in the game, as I said, when Jimmy Cracker went off, and he's gone in very, very hard. He's had 9 kicks, 4 marks and 2 handballs. We see Donald McDonald putting a new jumper on. He's now actually playing where? He's gone back into the ruck.
Centre-half forward. I thought he might have been at centre-half forward. He might have come into the ruck.
He has gone to centre-half forward, in fact, Jack.
Right, the bounce taking place. Sevens Big League. 6 minutes into the final term at VFL Park, where Richmond are playing North Melbourne, and North Melbourne lead by 10 points. Clark got the tap out. Notting playing quite well. Look at that kick. Up to the big fella. He can't take it. A free kick. Peeling for it was Waitman. The umpire said holding the man.
Yes, and did Waitman make sure the umpire saw that one, because he got rid of the ball with a hand pass. He was held. He's only 20 metres out directly in front, and they need this one. And full marks to Tony Jewell. He's put Michael Roach, after giving him a run in the ruck, back to full forward, and young Clark back into the ruck. And I reckon if they're going to win this game, they need Roach at full forward.
Righto, Waitman, 15 to 20 out from goal, puts it on its way. The Richmond fans in the back of the goal say it's a goal. And the game tightens up once again off the boot of Dale Waitman. 91 playing 95. North Melbourne leading by 4 points on sevens. Big lead.
Well, Dale Waitman today, Jack, has had 8 kicks for the game and 13 handballs, and that's pretty normal for Waitman to have more handballs than kicks. We saw there down Roach and the difference in height. He's certainly got a height advantage on Peter Smith. He cut Peter Smith to pieces in the first quarter, and eventually the ball wasn't coming down to him and had to move him into the ruck.
Well, John Kennedy showing confidence in Peter Smith to leave him down there. On screen is Harris of North Melbourne. The umpire about to bounce it. Official attendance 17,223, and my word, are they enjoying this. The ball tapped out there by Clark, and Richmond get it forward. At this stage, no. Underneath there is Clark again trying to get it out, but the umpire said another bounce. A lot of promise shown by these young players today.
I'll say full marks to Richmond for playing them. Notting, Hogg, Clark and Smith. And, of course, Richmond have died in a lot of the games this year. There's Anir, who's always puts in. Steele knocks it on for North Melbourne. It'll be interesting to see if they can go on with it today, Richmond, because they've had good first halves this year. There's Cracker. Caught, handballs away, and straight over the line. It'll be a throw-in.
There's boundary throw-in on the centre wing position on the outer side of the ground at VFL Park. North Melbourne leading by 4 points. The time clock showing 8 minutes have gone. You're watching the final quarter on Sevens Big League. And it's Big Clark, the young ruckman I spoke of before, diving in again too. He's pretty agile. He's certainly showing some agility there.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't got the skills of Roach naturally enough, but he looks so much like him. When he went to full forward, you would have sworn it was Roach coming out to meet the ball. There's a big fly, but it's a chance now for Zakaski, is it? Yes, it is Peter Zakaski. The umpire said it was holding the man. As he comes away, Ackley ducks back. Can he get there? No. The bounce favours Philip Egan. Can Richmond get a goal? Oh, good play, Egan. Hand pass. Back it comes to Hogg. Hogg at centre forward. A stab kick over the back is Walsh. Walsh into the open goal. He stabbed.
Missed it.
Oh, no, he's missed it.
Well, have a look at that. The expression on Philip Walsh tells the story. He should have kicked that one. He could have walked into the goal line, and he's let go. The left foot shot off target. North Melbourne breathe again. They're still 3 points in front. They should have been down the tube then. They should have been down now to Richmond as Passmore sets himself. Hogg taps it down. Who's going to... Walsh caught again. Got it out to Hogg. Hogg shoots off the boundary line. It's close. It's not going to make the distance. And Roach takes the mark. But look at the angle he's going to be on.
That was a tremendous mark by Michael Roach. Well done, Hogg, too, to bring it back from the boundary line.
Look at the angle.
Well, he's just the sort of guy, if he runs around, he could kick this. I reckon he ought to run around and hook it on the left foot.
He still hasn't gone back on the angle. The umpire told him.
But he runs out. Yes, you could have bet on that.
Missed it.
Oh, he's gone for the banana.
No score. Out of bounds on the full.
Left foot definitely was a shot from there, Jack.
Well, North Melbourne play on now through Ackley from the back pocket. North still under pressure. Down to Cracker at travels. Who's going to get it? Philip Cracker, he can't get it out. Well played, Eustace. It's on the turf. Atkins goes in from his boot over the boundary line. Richmond still in attack on their half-forward flank. 10 minutes into the final term, and North Melbourne lead by only 3 points.
Yes, and enormous pressure going on out here. 10 minutes gone in this final quarter. There's Pickering on screen, hovering around. Harris against Clark. Schimmelbusch is in there too. This is when Schimmer normally comes good.
Yeah, well, the legs aren't as young as they used to be, Pete. So he's done a bit of work today, and it's a big ground he's on. We'll see in the next 20 minutes what will unfold. Each quarter's gone round about 29 and a half minutes. Harris in the front berth. Couldn't get it out. It comes to the back of the pack. Who's in there? Everybody. Johnny Law's in there. Now the umpire will sort things out. 10:39, 10:40 gone, the final term. North lead by 3 points. Richmond on their half-forward flank. Only a long kick from goal. It'll be a long one, though, but they're about 70 metres out from goal. Here's a chance for Near. It's gone straight up in the air. Won't be any mark either. Big play on. Taken here by Egan. His kick goes nearly straight up too, but does cover a little bit of ground. Passmore stands his ground. Atkins goes after it. In comes Pickering. Pickering of Richmond. Can't get it out. 2 North Melbourne players argue over it, and the umpire will bounce.
Oh boy, this is a tremendous game at the moment. Tremendous pressure. I thought at half-time North were going to run away with this game, but Richmond, to their credit, have come back. Now, McCann, is it?
Yes.
Charging down the centre of the ground. You can't see him on screen at the moment. He's running down towards the back line. John Kennedy under a lot of pressure there, and all coaches are when it gets like this. There's Peter German, who's been a great player. Gets in the kick. but it's a Richmond mark and it's taken there by Trevor Poole.
Poole now half forward flank coming into centre half forward looking for Hogg, and he's taken the mark. He plays on, the young ruckman. He finds a teammate too. He finds Waitman. He's done well. Waitman looking, he'll be waiting for Roach. Roach is telling him to bring it up high and bring it long. Now McCann's going back to give Smith a hand out at that full back position. And Waitman waiting for Roach to get balanced. There's Roach on screen, ready to pounce like the Tiger he is. The kick's high by Waitman, it won't need Roach. It's through! That's a goal! Kicked by Dale Waitman, he kicks his third goal. Richmond go back in front. Richmond 15 goals, 8. Good kicking for goal, 98 points. North Melbourne 14-11, 95 on 7's big league.
12 minutes gone in this final quarter at VFL Park. We're witnessing a ripper game as we see Richmond fighting their hearts out. As I said, half-time, North Melbourne were absolutely demoralising Richmond after a brilliant second quarter here. Richmond have fought back brilliantly. That was a real classy goal. He went back, he deliberated, and he made sure he put it beautifully onto his foot for a goal. Richmond in front. Can North come back now? As we see in the centre of the ground, Donald McDonald trying to crash his way through against Trevor Poole. In they go, and the umpire's letting it go. And they're umpiring well as we see 15-8 plays 14-11, 98-95. 3 points in favour of the Tigers.
13 minutes gone, the final term. Only 13 gone in the final term. McCann beaten for the knock. Pickering comes in for Richmond. His hand pass is good. Comes out to Poole, looking for a free kick. Jonas is there for North. He gets a hand pass out. Taken by Chikaski. Up towards the half-back line. It goes, and a diving mark. Taken by Smith of North Melbourne. Ross Smith looking in toward the... No, he's coming down the flank. Looking out toward Jonas. Jonas sets himself. Tried to knock it on. Taken by German. German's left foot kick over the head of Passmore. And taken by Jimmy Jess. Jess looking for somewhere to go now. There's a lead in the centre. He ignores it. He goes up long. He's looking for Notting. Notting can't take it. Yes, he's got it. But it was touched. He plays on quickly. Puts it up high. Dwyer tries to spoil. Is successful with the boundary line. Might win out. No, it's still in play. Walsh held by Dwyer. And a free kick to Walsh.
I think this is a very vital period now, Jack, for North Melbourne. Richmond are really desperate. Philip Walsh with a long kick. Oh, Roach has got his eyes and name written all over that football. That was a beautiful kick by Philip Walsh. Roach in perfect position over the back of Peter Smith. He was well on top of Smith in the first quarter until he was eventually shifted into the ruck when they couldn't get it down to him. And now maybe Roach will end up being the match winner. He's taken 9 marks for the game, Michael Roach. Normally a great kick. Already had 2 posters today. That's 2 times he hit the post. Has he missed? Oh, I think he has. And, oh, gee, that would have been a handy one.
Well, they're all handy at this stage of the game, Pete. Richmond 4 points in front of North Melbourne on 99, playing 95. Johnny Law with the ball at full back. The lead is by McCann. The kick in that direction. McCann has some opposition, though. He can't make contact. And a free kick. No free kick at all. It's been picked up and kicked by Notting. Spoilt there was Pickering. Here's a chance for Richmond. Into the open goal he travels. And through it goes off the boot of Palm. It's a goal. Richmond now leading North Melbourne by 10 points. And the time clock 15 minutes into the final term.
Well, 16-9, 105. Richmond, North Melbourne, 14-11, 95. And it's 10 points the difference after a great goal by Palm. But let's not write off North Melbourne, Jack. You and I saw them last year, and half a dozen times we thought they were down and out and they fought back. This will be a true test of character of the North Melbourne players to see if they can lift, because Richmond are playing the better football at the moment. They're on fire. And can North Melbourne bounce back, because they'll have to score the next goal.
15 and a half minutes gone. The final term on 7's big league from VFL Park. What a day. 10 points between the teams. Richmond leading. Can North come back? It favours Clark. He can't make good contact. Jonas went to kick it off the ground. Could have been penalised. It's been hurried down by Passmore. North Melbourne need a goal, but they're going to be turned out by one of the young players here for Richmond and Smith. His hand pass comes away. Richmond get out of trouble.
Peter McCormack to Michael Pickering, who was brilliant early in the game till Law took him out for a couple of quarters. There's the ball by Zakaski up towards half forward. It was Poole, in fact, who kicked that one. Up to Walsh. Walsh to Roach. And Michael Roach back in his right position. This could be 15 metres. Now, let's see. Bit of a wrestle going on behind the play. Ross Smith is there. Is it Philip Egan? It is. Michael Roach, in the meantime, this gives him breathing space to think about it. He's tying up the old bootlace there. And Roach is a cool customer under pressure. Now, I want to see the up. No, he's not giving him 15, but this is not beyond the ability of Michael Roach to kick this goal, because he is a great kick.
Oh, that's not that far out for Roach. He could put this one through without many problems.
He's had 10 marks and 10 kicks, Michael Roach, and lining up, of course, for his 4th goal. We must realise he played a fair amount of the game in the ruck. But as I said, to win this game, they wanted him back at full forward.
Roach going for his 4th goal and trying to put Richmond 16 points in front of North Melbourne with the time clock 17 minutes into the quarter. The kick from Roach is not quite there. It's true for one behind. So North Melbourne breathe again now. They're 11 points down to Richmond with 17 and a half minutes gone of the final term. So plenty of time to pick up those 11 points. 2 straight kicks can win it for North Melbourne, providing Richmond don't score. The ball put out by Harris. Out towards Steele. He can't hold Smith. He can't hold the mark. Might have been a free kick his way, though, and the umpire has played accordingly.
Michael Roach today has kicked 3 goals, 5, and that'll be 15 metres against Michael Pickering, I would think. No, said the umpire. And back it goes to Peter Smith in the back pocket. Well, I thought it would have been. A Smith comes away with the football. It's a long driving torpedo putt to the centre of the ground. Gee, they've missed Jimmy Cracker since he went off. That's Notting. Notting up towards half forward, over the back of the back. Here's Michael Pickering as a flying pot shot at the goals. Michael Roach, he ducks back. And Roach is marked 10 metres out. Very, very acute angle. As I said, he's kicked 3-5. And I wouldn't be surprised. They've got Darren Harris on him at the moment. Peter Smith's been taken off him.
There's a young fella, Darren Harris, with hardly any experience at all against a fella like Roach.
I don't like that move at all. As we see Roach stab, and it's a goal. And Richmond move further in front. 17-10. 112 the Tigers to North Melbourne. 14-11. 95.
Well, the Richmond fans ecstatic. They've come back this afternoon many times, as a matter of fact. And now Roach has put on that, a good breathing space after 4 goals. Pete Roach might have now North's measure, 17 points. I say Roach because he's been the player who's been instrumental in kicking that goal. But good play by the fellas downfield. North Melbourne, I won't say have stopped to a walk. They've just been outplayed in this final term.
Smith's gone to centre half forward and Darren Harris to fullback. I don't know about that move, Jack.
No, I don't either. The ball tapped down by McCann. Jess was being held and he will take the free kick. So Jim Jess, Richmond, the acting captain for this game today, will be feeling very happy with his side. He kicks long. Roach is there. So is Harris. Roach! Good mark over the top. Roach will kick this one too, I feel sure. He's out about 55 metres, but he'll be all pumped up. He'll be going for his 5th goal. His 12th mark. There's the centre square line behind Roach. You see that on shot. And he'll kick this one. He's going to run in about 10 metres before he lets go. He'll be that pumped up, Pete.
Yes, he is a great drop punt normally. Let's see this long driving kick. Don't tell me it's another point.
He's missed it.
4 goals, 6 or 7. 4 goals, 6 in fact, that is to Michael Roach, and he's had 2 posters in that score. But by heck, if he had played the whole game at full 40, he might have kicked 6 or 7. So here's Darren Harris from fullback. Is there time? We're at the 20-minute mark of the final quarter. Philip Walsh, nearly a good mark. Knocks it on. Dale Waitman, brilliant handball to Burton. Burton sidesteps. Onto the left foot goes Chris Burton. Roach is there again with Pickering. Ackley, left foot to Jonas. Too slow to get there. Chris Burton keeps it in play. In fact, he didn't keep it in play. The boundary umpire said it was out.
Richmond have moved their score by 4 goals 4 in this term. North Melbourne have only kicked 2 goals. So Richmond in control at VFL Park in this final term. We've been playing over 20 and a half minutes now. Chikaski gets it out. There's a chance for Eustace. Hooks it back overhead. It's high. Egan tried to get the front berth. Oh, nearly a good mark. The umpire calls play on. It's picked up by Roberts. Roberts places it toward Pickering, and a good mark taken by Pickering. Good team football. And Pickering out about 55 metres. Might not be quite that. It'll take a good kick. Roach telling him to have a shot, so he must have confidence in him.
Well, he's 1 out down there at the moment.
Torpedo punt works right up to the square. And it's a mark, yes, a mark taken by McCann.
Well, Roach tripped over. McCann took the mark. Out wide he goes to Donald McDonald. Gee, a lot of these...
They got their back to it.
A lot of North Melbourne players have disappeared from the game. Up it comes to Peter German. Oh, gee, going in hard. He copped Eustace one. Mark Eustace, courageous play. Plays on. Looks up towards the pocket. Palm couldn't take the mark. Oh, brilliantly picked up by Palm. Oh, he ran about 30 metres. Gets in the hand pass. Ackley crying his heart out. Under the legs it went with that one, and it's a free kick going back there. And I'll tell you what, they lose this game. It's certainly not his fault, Jack.
No, it won't be his fault, Peter, but time's getting away now. Nearly 22 minutes into the final term. The scoreboard showing 113 to 95. So it's 18 points between the teams, and North Melbourne can't get the ball over the centre line, let alone under their forward line. The ball with Robertsby's left it behind. It's been hurried now down toward the half-back flank, but it couldn't be picked up. It was Arceri got it down. North through Phil Cracker trying to get it moving. Now Schimmelbusch. North need 3 goals to draw the game. Passmore can't mark. It's been tapped away from him. Could have been a free kick North's way. Passmore picks up. The hand pass is good. The side's been penalised. Side's been penalised. The ball now has to go back to Wayne Schimmelbusch. He's going out into the forward pocket, looking for a teammate. It's kicked very high toward North Melbourne's player. There's Spargo. He can't pick it up, though. Poole picks it up. He hand passes out. Picked up by Egan. Kicked out of trouble over toward Ania. Ania on the half-back flank. I think he might let it run out. No, he picks it up on the half-back flank area. Going for a pass to a teammate up on the wing position. And the umpire said it is not out of bounds. Harris gets it back again to Schimmelbusch. Couldn't get the kick in time. The umpire said nothing. And play continues. It was in the back to be, but the umpire hasn't played it.
Yeah, look, Shimmer's not happy. He copped that right in the centre of the back. He's not happy. He's still talking, but still. Well, what's that, Jack? 23 minutes gone. I think time's running out for North. They'd want 2 very, very quick goals because that's knocking the ball out of bounds. That's kicking it away. Oh, gee, he's lucky then not. He kicked the ball away from the boundary umpire, the Richmond player there in Zakaski. I think it should have been given to North there.
Well, he hasn't played it. North, I think, Peter, haven't timed. I don't think they've timed. 18 points down.
So. No.
But see how they go.
A couple of quick ones would be...
Could have been a free kick to Waitman. Waitman has the free kick on the wing position. He gives it out to Burton. Burton's kick up toward the half-forward flank. Thumped away by Steele. Oh, was that a mark to Palm on the second attempt? The umpire said a boundary throw in.
The second bite of the cherry was over the line, so the umpire gave the right decision there. No mark. It's on half-forward for Richmond. Time running out. 24 minutes gone. North Melbourne, well, they look gone at the moment, but funny thing, they'll fight it out right to the finish. There's Palm with a long hand pass to Hogg. Has been very impressive since going to centre half forward. John Law gets it over there to McCann. McCann towards half-back, and there's a brilliant mark taken by the flea, Dale Waitman.
Yes, into the back of the opposition, but the umpire said a mark has been allowed. Waitman, with the sun in his eyes, looking for a teammate. A 15-metre penalty, 2 goes the way of Waitman. And up they go, no marks taken. Good roving by Dwyer to pick up the crumb and kick very high. Not much penetration. It goes out toward Harris, who takes the mark on the half-back line. No one going past to take the hand pass. There it is now. The hand pass comes to Steele. Steele goes down toward the half-forward flank and finds Spargo, but he can't hold the mark. He's very close to the boundary line, got tackled too high. North Melbourne Spargo gets a hand pass in. Now's a chance for North.
Yes, this is Peter Jonas on the left foot. Gee, he's gone to the boundary line, though. He's hooked it back to the boundary when he should be going to the goal square at this stage of the game.
Yes, well, that won't do North any good in there on that boundary line, which is about 40 metres out from goal. 25 and a quarter minutes gone. The final term. North Melbourne trailing Richmond by 18 points. Jonas does the ruck work. Got the tap to the side. Burton, I think, will try and run it out. Could have been a free kick to Burton, but Chikaski chips in. Now he gives the ball to Ania. Ania gets it moving to the wing position. The lead is good, and Hogg takes the mark. I like this kid. Hogg picks up, comes to the centre half forward. He kicks high, a hard one to take. It's on the turf. Atkins backs up. A hand pass comes over toward Ackley. Ackley thought of a hand pass, but he would have been blocked out. He goes for a kick toward Jonas, and Jonas takes the mark. Only a move right. 2 away from the boundary line, but he's still on centre wing, and North need the ball up in their goal square.
15 metres, said the umpire Peter Carey. The 2 umpires today, Peter Carey and David Howlett, and they've done a pretty good job too, as we see Peter Jonas, a high ball up towards full forward. Jimmy just goes back. Gee, a lot of these North Melbourne players have disappeared from the game in the second half. There's Egan. who has done a lot of brilliant things. Back it comes. He kept it in play. Probably should have gone to the boundary line. David Dwyer caught with the football. Goes in again. And eventually the ball is forced to the boundary line by Philip Walsh and over the line. And the Richmond supporters out here, there aren't too many because the crowd is only 17,000. But they're ecstatic about this performance by Richmond since half-time.
26 and a half minutes gone, the final term on Sevens Big League. Richmond coming away now through Egan. Good shepherding. Allows him to go up to the centre of the ground and find Waitman. Waitman gets away from Ackley, plays on to Poole. Poole now from half forward. The goals are open. Poole goes for a long one. He's looking for Roach. Opposed to McCann. McCann thumps it away, finds the boundary line, and it'll be a boundary throw in Richmond's forward pocket. But I don't think the Richmond fans will worry too much about that. Roach loses a boot there in that encounter too and has thrown it over the boundary line. He's going to continue with only one slipper on. Boundary throw in. Roach will do the ruck work. Try and bring it down to a rover. No, he grabbed it. Went for left foot. Snap toward goal. It goes across the face of goals. Runs out of bounds. And another boundary throw in Richmond's forward pocket. This time on the members' side.
There is a shot of Michael Roach's boot and the trainer trying to get on it, but Roach won't be too worried at this stage as he goes in to do the ruck work, and down to the ground goes Waitman. He's been terrific today. Over to Notting to an ear. He's been another great player for Richmond. On the left foot, Darren Harris goes back. He should have marked that ball. He's dropped far too many marks today, but he's only a young player, I suppose. But he's got to start taking those marks as Johnny Law looks absolutely exhausted as he brings it out to Phil Cracker. Mark Eustace has done a very good job today on Phil Cracker. He's picked him up right from the start of the game, and this is one of the most quiet games I've seen Phil Cracker have.
I think might be missing his brother Jimmy, who had to leave the field early in the day, but McDonald does the ruck work against Clark. Another chance for Chikaski. Chikaski driving into the half-forward zone now. It's a high one. Up goes Ackley to spoil. The ball comes to turf. It's out now to Smith. Smith picks up. That's Ross Smith. Kicks very high. Up to the half-back flank. Wasn't a very good kick. And nearly favoured Hogg, as a matter of fact, who's trying to pick it up now. Richmond players come in. Eustace picks it up for Richmond. Swings it back into the forward pocket position. No one can get it cleanly as yet. The chance for Harris. Can't get it away cleanly. Steele picks up. His hand passes to Asiri.
Marcus Asiri from half-back flank. I think the time has run out for North Melbourne, but they're still trying to get it forward. There's Peter Zakaski. Over to Michael Roberts. Roberts runs around onto the right foot. He wants to handball it. Now he kicks it on the right foot. It's not a good one. It's straight up in the air, and two North Melbourne players go for it, and Donald McDonald takes the mark at half-back flank.
Being called for. He's gone out wide. It's a long way to go from there. Asiri on the wing post, nearly half-back, bringing the ball around the flank, looking for Smith, and he takes the mark just inside the boundary line. This is Peter Smith, who had enough troubles at full-back against Roach today. He'd like to forget about them. The kick still around the boundary line finds Jonas. North Melbourne using the short game. They need goals. They need 3 of them quickly, but I don't think time will permit. The kick up high and still around the boundary line. It travels in toward the forward pocket, where it's over the boundary line now, forced over by Peter McCormack. On Sevens Big League, 29 and a half minutes into the final term at VFL Park. Richmond are 17-11, North Melbourne 14-11. 3 goals the difference with time just about gone.
Jonas against Simon Clark. Down it comes to Love, who's on the ground. Jason Love, he kicks it to the pocket where Paul Spargo, one of the young players, takes the mark right deep in the forward pocket. Too late though at this stage to win the game. All this kick can do is help their percentage as he's on a pretty acute angle, Paul Spargo. His dad, a great player for Footscray, Bobby Spargo, as Paul has a shot at goals. I think he's hooked it. He has, and through for 1 point. So North move on to 14 goals, 12, trailing Richmond 17-11. It's been a great fight back since half-time when Richmond were well down. In fact, they were down by 23 points at half-time, so that's indicative of how well they've played in the second half.
Yes, Richmond holding North Melbourne out now as Clark puts it up. Chikaski takes the mark just inside the boundary line and going in toward the centre now, looking for a teammate. This is Hogg. Hogg, a big tall range fella. Yes, only a young lad. He hooks it out, couldn't pick it up himself. Good play, got it out to Roberts. Roberts goes to 2 teammates out wide, and he finds Pickering. Pickering caught of a hand pass, changes his mind, and eventually lets the foot pass go to Johnny Anea. Anea being called by Waitman in the forward pocket. The kick didn't travel to Waitman. It's Palm with it now. He'll be looking for someone in the goal square. Jimmy Jess has taken up a station in the goal square. The siren sounds. The end of the game at VFL Park. A great fight back from Richmond, who were 23 points down at half-time. They fought back to defeat North Melbourne. The final scores being Richmond 17 goals 11, 113. North Melbourne 14 goals, 12-96.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark. The VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at Myer. Real footy Guernseys, real footy shorts, and real supporters wool jumpers in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at Myer.
A good performance by the Tigers, particularly by Dale Waitman and Michael Roach in that final term, to tear away from North Melbourne and go on and record their first win for the season. Michael Roach, in fact, finished the day with 4 goals. Pickering, Egan and Waitman each contributed 3, whilst for North Melbourne, Jonas booted 3 goals. So the Tigers notching their first for the season, and no doubt there'll be more to come. North Melbourne, still plenty of work to do if they're going to claw their way back into the 5. Next week, Richmond will tackle St Kilda, whilst North Melbourne take on Geelong. That, incidentally, can come your way on this tape. It's Pro Football, and if you'd like to see your favourite team in action, then all you have to do is ask for your Pro Football action at your favourite video shop or your VFL club.